Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're glad you decided to join us for the final, biggest match of the League Zero Novice Division. This is for all the marbles. Both of these teams have fought through giant rosters and playoffs to make it to this final game. We have Pepega Parrots versus Plat. Both of them are probably very excited for this upcoming match. My name is Abacus, and with me is my co-caster, Grapecake.
Yo, what's up, guys?
But before we start that final match, we actually have an exciting opportunity for a Torb 1v1 match for both teams to actually fight for all the glory. Both teams have selected a hero. Oace will be playing for Plat, and Nick will be playing for the Pepega Parrots to see which one of them is better with Torbjorn's hammer.
Yeah, Abacus, I'm going to say this game is probably equally as stressful as the game coming up after this, you know? The Torb 1v1 hammer is one of the hardest things in this game currently. And if you can master it, you can be one of the top DPS in this league. And right now in this 1v1, we see Oace, one of the best DPS currently, and Nick, one of the best Genji. So it's going to be all about who can bait out that Molten Core and if you can play around that high ground positioning.
I'd almost argue that this is even more stressful than the actual game. I mean, this is 1v1. All eyes on Oace and Nick right now to see which one of them can defeat the other in solo combat. And the oldest and most noble form of combat.
And Oace going for a default skin play right here. That's a very interesting play what he's going with, but if he wants to play around that'd be really smart. It's all about who can get that first hit off, you know? Oace and Nick going back and forth right now. Just trying to bait out who can get that first punch. And Oace, almost gets punched out, but he does get Nick, so Nick takes down 2 hits, Oace only taking out 1, and now Nick is getting melted. Nick needs to get huge combos here, and Nick takes down first.
Oh no.
Played
First blood going to Oace. We're gonna see if we can turn this around, because it's definitely not over yet. I could only imagine that they're both getting used to what's going on right now. I know that Nick was in a practice scrim. I don't know if he was practicing actual Overwatch or Torb v Torb Overwatch, but I wouldn't count him out just yet.
Yeah, but Oace got an extra hit there, and that's what won it. He won with 86 health, meaning he got 2 extra hits over Nick in that fight.
Look at Oace. He's staring him down. He's saying, "I'm not coming down there. You come up here and fight me."
Yeah, Oace taking this higher ground position, and this means that Nick has to come in, but Oace is opting to drop down. Nick is trying to back it as much as he can and trying to get that delay from the swing. It's all about if you swing first, whoever swings second should get the more damage off. So it's gonna be back and forth right now, going back and back, but no one's tending to actually hit someone right now.
Nick's kind of lost the wind from his sails. He's hiding back. He's too afraid. Get in there.
He's playing for control, and he gets a hit on Oace, but it's a back and forth fight right now. Oh, Nick takes another hit again. He takes 3 hits, and Oace does a huge health advantage right now. If he can do and get another hit on him, he should win this. Nick has to play passively, and Nick is trying to get hits out, but he may be able to make this comeback.
They're both one shot.
Nick has made the comeback. That's huge. But Oace has the overload. He's not going in though. Will he get the hit? Nick and Oace both have the X shield, and Oace has to back up, and he gets it. That was so close from Nick right there. He almost brought it back.
I think what Nick's doing wrong is that he's not using default skin quite clearly. I mean, the default skin has got this big, powerful hammer, and I mean all that Nick's using. I can't remember what exactly is the name of the wrench that Nick's got. It's some sort of. Thank you. See, why would you bring something into combat that none of the casters even know what it's called? You need a good old-fashioned hammer.
Both overloads do come out, and Oace getting so much more hits. Oace hasn't taken damage just yet. Oace is able to play around this Torb so well, and Nick, he has to make up for 3 hits now, or else he's going to be at a huge disadvantage. And because I'm sorry to say, but I feel like Nick's going to lose this round again.
No, I have faith in Nick. This isn't over yet. Both overloads just expired. He's managed to get a couple of hits.
Nick 2 hit, Oace is 3 hits away. Nick is 1 shot, Oace is 2 shot again. But oh my god, Nick has brought it back again when he was down 3 hits again. Oace has that overload. Nick, will he be able to bring this back? Oace is 1 hit. He has to wait out this ult. Will he bring it back? It's so close.
Come on, Nick.
What?
I got solidarity with my boy Nick.
Oh, Nick!
Oh, there we go. You can't count him out. You can't count him out. It's time for the comeback. Everything's turned around this way.
So is this up to 5 or up to 9?
I believe it's up to 5.
Oh,
It is up to 5.
Which means Nick only needs to win 4 more times. Oasis needs to win 3. Both of them going for the high ground right now, immediately popping out those
Oh my
overloads
god,
trying to
again!
each other.
Nick, a down wild, and somehow always finished with 4 hits advantage!
Well, there's a new record for how quickly a round goes. Dude, Oasis is absolutely the more dominant one right now. Nick needs to figure out what Oasis is doing and either replicate that or find a way to compensate for it. I noticed that Oasis is more frequently popping overload first. I think his aggressive strategy is working out better than Nick's defensive strategy.
Because he has the extra shield, and again, look! Nick's on the half, and Oasis is also a little bit over half, but not exactly yet. So he does have a little bit of leeway here.
It's not over yet. Do we have timers to turn on the control point if this takes a while? Is that a valid strat?
Oh, but Oasis gets that overload again, but Nick is dropping severely low, and Oasis! 4-hit advantage again! This man is insane! No, 3-hit, actually, 3-hit advantage.
3-hit advantage, 3-point advantage. All advantages on the side of Oasis. Plat chat looking like they're going to take this Torb 1v1 a lot quicker than either of us expected.
A lot quicker, and if Oasis does it, we can see Plat chat potentially taking this next map against Pepega Parrots. You know, Torb hammers always predict the outcome of the next match. So Nick, if I was Nick, my morality really, really low already. I'm not going to be in a great mood coming to this next game if he isn't able to take this. And even though both teams are coming out on both sides.
Who is this guy? Saxton Hale? I'm not sure, but Oasis is camping his statue, forcing Nick to enter his territory.
Yeah.
Nick showing his classic strat of kind of hanging back. He's a little afraid to do so, but he does bait out the overload.
Come out, both teams exchange here, but Nick has advantage now. Finally, Oasis down to 1 hit, and Novice wins it. Oh my god!
I thought Nick had that last
play
one.
From Oasis, same, but Oasis brought it back. Oh my god, this man is the best DPS in League Zero. He just showed why.
Well, we're going to have to see if this leads to an equally impressive win for Platchat.
23,027 damage coming from Oasis.
I don't blame this being play of the game. This is the one where he was down by 2 hits, or was it?
Look!
Yeah, at 1 HP, he manages to score 3 in a row to equalize and win. Incredibly good job on the part of Oasis. And I think Platchat's pretty excited about that, and they're hoping that this translates into actual success in the real game. Which, by the way, is going to be starting shortly after this, as both teams, Oasis and Nick, are going to bring in the rest of their teammates for some actual classic Overwatch, the actual grand finals of the Novice division.
Are we going to take a break, or are we just going to go straight into it? Yeah, I may as well.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams.
Let's actually do the real intro now, because soon people are going to tune in.
Both teams have gone through huge rosters to get this far. I believe of these two teams, Platchat has probably had the more crazy run that I don't think anybody saw coming. So Platchat came into these playoffs with a 1-7 track record, which is not a great track record. So not a lot of people had high hopes for them in the playoffs, but they showed showed everybody what they were capable of as they blitzed through Rio Redemption and everybody else on their way to make it here to the playoffs. Pepega Parrots, on the other hand, they've pretty much always been top dog. They came into the playoffs with such a great map differential, they didn't even need to do the quarterfinals. They just got to skip the quarterfinals because they were so far in the lead. So nobody's too surprised to see them here in the grand finals. But this is something of a spoiler match because how can they know what they're going to be up against with Platchat? Because Platchat in the playoffs was a completely different Platchat from the one we saw in the regular season matches. So I definitely don't think Pepega Parrots can rest on their laurels here. They have to be completely on the button. And I hope they've gone and researched Platchat. But what do you research when the team has such a crazy Cinderella turnaround?
Like, honestly, like, you can't really look at VODs from before the playoffs, honestly. And with only 2 games, and that may be a lot for some teams, but PP in general, Parrots, they want to look down and deep into Platchat. And I don't feel like they're ready. Platchat has told me that this last week, they have scrimmed for 4 hours every day. And considering
Wow.
that, in fact, like 6 days times 4, that's 24. Almost one full day of scrimming was done this week. And if I believe that Plat has been more prepared than ever to take down this Pepega Parrots roster. And if anyone's gonna win this finals, it's gonna be Plat.
But Pepega Parrots definitely, I mean, like I said, they've got a lot going in their court. They're still trying to decide which 6 players they'd like to have as their starting roster. Looks like Oasis and Nick are both sticking in, at least for the time being. Though I don't think we should count anything until the fat lady sings. The first map is going to be Control. They have 4 different maps to choose from, and I believe that they're still doing coin flips, so we're not sure who's going to end up picking. But we actually, so you and me, Grape Cake, we went and looked into the map differentials. And what did you discover when you did that? Because I know I saw something pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at all of these maps, especially the ones that Plat won on, looking at these maps, you can tell Plat is really, really, really weak on Control. However, there are a few maps that do favor them if you look at the playoffs. For example, you can look at Busan, for example. They're really, really good with that fair composition, and we've seen them multiple times. Nepal is one of the really, really weak maps, and also Ilios. So if Plat does have this advantage, the coin flip advantage, I want to see them play Busan and play the strengths that they have, because Pepega Parrots are definitely not going to be prepared.
Yeah, definitely. If I were Plat and I were getting to choose what maps, alternately if I were Pepega, so my personal philosophy, I believe Pepega should try to pick maps from the regular series games, and Plat should try to pick maps from the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Just because, I mean, Plat blew everyone out of the water during the playoffs. They clearly have those maps under control. They didn't have nearly as much success on the maps in the regular series games. And so we don't know how much of that, because you can't say that it was just that the teams were better on playoffs maps. But even in the playoffs, when they played regular series maps, they didn't do as hot. So I definitely think that if Plat gets to pick the map, they should go for the playoff maps and not the regular series maps.
Yeah, and looking at the maps Plat did lose on the playoffs Horizon, they're 0-3 on that, so you can definitely tell that is a crossover. Although you may be bad with regular season maps, you can definitely turn them around. But Horizon's one of their worst maps by far.
Yeah, definitely. And so this first map that they're going to go to is going to be Control. They get to choose between Ilios, Nepal, Busan, and Lijiang Tower. And of those, I believe Plat has only won on Busan. I don't think Ilios. They're 0-2.
They won on Nepal. They won on Nepal one map on the.
They did. You're right. They're one out of 4. They've done Nepal 4 times and they won once. So I guess that's a good sign. It's tough, dude. You're right. They have not had a lot of success on Control, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like But looking at these 2 playoff games, they've won both. Actually, yeah, they won both the Control points against Rio and Botburgers. So
I guess we're making the same mistake we just said not to do. Don't look at their main series performance, because it's completely irrelevant to how they've been doing here in the playoffs. This is what makes them such a wild card team. I don't know how I would prepare for this if I were the Pepega Parrots. I'd be like, what do we even do?
So one map, sorry to cut you off, Abby. One map I want the Pepega Parrots to run, and I feel like they're going to take it. Pepega Parrots are 4-0 on Hollywood. And guess what a Plat is?
Oh, no.
0-4.
Okay.
So, okay, like, I feel like they should, statistically, they should run.
Yeah, no, I believe you're totally right. Hollywood is a very logical map from the pick. What is their map differential for Junkertown? I know Plat says 0-4.
Looking at Papers, they're 4-0 in Junkertown.
Oh, blimey. Okay. So, whew. But I mean, this is what we expected going in. Plat feeling the heat. I'm sure they are supremely confident. They have made it so far, and they have stomped so many crazy enemies to get this far. Not to mention they won the Torb 1v1. Yeah, I think everything's in the cards for Plat.
Huge morale boost winning that Torb 1v1. If I was Plat, I'll be like, we won that Torb 1v1. We're definitely gonna win this game now.
Yep. And even if they don't, they will have the consolation prize of winning Torb 1v1. Pepega Parrots hoping to turn that around. So maybe they didn't win the Torb 1v1. It happens. I personally think it was because Nick was using a chopper instead of a hammer. Just if I imagine a melee fight, I think the only skin that would have been less effective would have been Summer Torb with his balloon hammer.
Well, I do want to mention I did beat Pendy on in a Torb 1v1 with that summer skin though. So I don't know.
It was pretty close. Yep. We ran a practice Torb 1v1 so we get a little bit of a familiarity with it, and Grape Cake had a 4-5. It was a tiebreaker down to the end, pretty great with the summer skin. So I probably should just stop bad mouthing it because clearly balloons beat hammers at least part of the time.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
But looking at these maps, so we have talked a little bit about 3 of the 4 upcoming maps. We've talked about control and how, in general, Plat Chat just has a little bit of trouble on control maps, and it's just kind of difficult for them to figure out what they're going to do on there. And we've talked about how on both Hybrid and Escort, there's a very clear and obvious map that if Pepega gets the chance to pick it, they absolutely should. And that leaves Assault. Assault is going to be the one that they're going to play after Control. They get to choose from Anubis, Horizon, Hanamura, and Volskaya. And that one, there's a little bit more of a gray area because Plat Chat has had a little bit of success on a couple of maps in this game mode. And likewise, I believe Pepega Parrots has had whatever the opposite of success is in some of those maps.
Definitely.
So looking at this, Anubis, Horizon, Hanamura, and Volskaya. I mean, part of it might be that those maps are all very different from each other. I mean, you can't play Volskaya the way you play Hanamura or Horizon or Anubis. So that might actually be something of a surprise when they end up getting into Assault. Yes?
I'm going to be right back. I'll use the washroom. Be right back in 1 minute.
Okay. I believe. Do you know if they've done the coin flip yet?
I do. It is Pepega's coin flip, and I believe they chose Nepal.
Okay.
I'm going to double check. Sorry about dipping out. I had to make sure that the rosters were all right.
No worries. And
I'll look into it.
An interesting choice to go to Nepal. I can only imagine that the Pepega Parrots are trying to play to their strength, because as we mentioned, there are a lot of control maps that Plat Chat has. So I believe this may favor either team. So we're going to check. We're just going to have to see how those teams will do when they move over to Nepal. Nepal is probably one of my favorite maps in Overwatch. And what I like about it is that all 3 of the maps in Nepal have their own identity. I mean, if you end up going to Sanctum, there's this giant bottomless pit right next to the control points. You've got to worry about boop characters like Lucio. Instead, if you end up going to Shrine, you have this circular donut-shaped control point with a tower in the center and very high sightlines that make it very easy for Pharahs and long-range units. And then alternately, if you end up going to Village, you have a very cramped inner space where it's very difficult to play Pharah. It's difficult to play long-range units because you can't even see into the control point. So in Nepal is one of those maps where it's very important what random number god decides to send you. And there's no way for us to know which of the 3 Nepal maps we're going to be sent to until it actually happens.
I'm really excited to see Nepal, a fresh new Plat Chat team on a map like Nepal. So many different comps can be run. You know, we saw this against Rio. They had a rough start, losing the first round. However, they came right back on those 2 heavy DPS maps. So if Pepega Parrots can't take one of those 2 DPS maps, Plat Chat definitely has the bag in this one.
Yeah, definitely. Because the thing to note, that one win that Plat Chat has on Nepal, it was in the playoffs. This team has won on Nepal, and you can't say anything about the 3 before that because they weren't. So, for all intents and purposes, Plat Chat, this may have been the map they would have picked as well.
Yeah, did Plat Chat have the coin flip, or was it?
No, Pepega got it, and Pepega chose Nepal out of all the maps.
Oh, that was a bad pick. That was okay. So some people are like, play to your own strengths. I'm the type of guy to play to your opponent weaknesses.
Right.
Just that you know that they're weak on that. Like one example, although it's an Overwatch League reference, but any team that plays against Shanghai, they always choose Hollywood because Shanghai is currently 0-8 on Hollywood. They have yet to win, and I don't think they'll ever will win. So that's one example that I would give. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm also a little surprised that they ended up choosing Nepal. But I mean, like I said, Pepega Parrots, maybe they don't play to their opponent's weaknesses. Maybe they do play to their strengths. I mean, they had such a commanding map percentage. I mean, that's the other thing. The Pepega Parrots are good on almost every map. It does feel like it would make more sense to play to the enemy weakness.
But
when you're the sort of team that...
Oh, sorry.
Yes?
Go on, Abacus. So if you can
I was going to say, when you're the type of team that's good on every map, you might as well pick a map your opponent's bad at.
Yeah, I feel like you could say that, but Pepega Parrots do have some really weak maps. I'm gonna be honest. Nambani, they have yet to win on. Kings, yeah, they're decent on Kings. Dorado is one of their worst maps as well. They're own 2 on. I forgot to put that extra maps in there, but so there are some weak maps for Pepega Parrots, but generally they're good at every map. Let's be real here.
Yeah, definitely. And for this, it looks like the Pepega Parrots, they're running Sombra Goats. Hope they enjoy it while it lasts. This may be their last opportunity to run goats of any sort. Opposing them, Plat Chad going for a more classic 2-2-2 composition.
Yeah, we've seen we saw Botburger try to run Sombra Goats against Plat Chad to counter DPS. Did not work out well at all. The only fights the Botburgers won was on huge antis. So I feel like Plat Chad, their DPS is strong enough to take down Goats itself. So if they can do this, let's get. I'm excited already, because let's get right into this game.
Absolutely, and the first step is to take the control point, and
Seb's dropping extremely low already. Tenik already is just taking these angles to push them all the way back. Some huge Tesla cannons coming out from Jetman, but he does get picked out early.
No.
But we've seen Plat Chad come back from worse. Tenik trying to stay alive, but not enough. Owace does take down Tofu. That is the start. Nick dropping down low, but Owace will go down. And does look like the Pepega Parrots will be taking first control on this map. And if I'm not wrong, Plat Chad, it will look like Plat Chad is switching to Ghosts. And unfortunately, yes, they are.
It happens. That was scrappy play on everyone's part. Plat Chad ended up having to reset. And I just think what ended up happening was more kills came out for the Pepega Parrots. Owace did a really good job finishing off finishing off Tofu, but it just was too little too late.
So now, Pepega Parrots have a huge ult advantage coming to this next fight. We will see a potential bomb being built up in this fight. If they're able to push back Sebs until he gets stalled in this fight, Plat Chad does have a good opportunity without not many ults coming out from the Pepega side, and Jeff gets a huge hit onto Thing, and Jeff and Tofu does shatter, but gets absolutely nobody. Jeff is playing so good. He's able to block the shatter and to protect his team just in time to keep the point alive, and they will be capturing point advantage. Abacus, how did they lose the fight with such a big ult advantage?
I think part of it was Tofu whiffing his ult. He threw that Earth Shatter into nothing. I guess Jeff didn't use an Earth Shatter, but he got so much more value out of just existing even without using the Earth Shatter. And now, like you said, there is still a minor ultimate advantage for the Pepega Parrots, but Jeff with his ultimate is going to make this very difficult, though Magical is absolutely set up for a very big EMP right now. And I don't see either support player hiding.
Yeah, because they don't even have it up yet. Alpine is going to have to be a god, and he is being a god, taking down Dopo already, and Alpine is so close, but huge shatter comes out Jeff, and that was a beautiful shatter, and that should be a team fight right there. Oh my god, Jeff! I haven't seen him miss a shatter since never.
That was so incredible. Yeah, talk about getting value out of your ultimate. They sweeped almost the entire enemy team. The enemy team got a free group up. Now they know to regroup. And look at all these ultimates they have going into it. Nick's about to have ult. There are 5.5 ultimates online.
But we've seen this before. Botburgers Rio had 5 ults against the team right now, and they're not able to do it. LPM will be able to. Does he pop his strength? He just pops it a little bit too late. But
he missed it.
But Awake does get magical. That's a huge pick. No hack is available on the side. Tank takes down Nick. LPM almost solo carried this fight. The grab gets out, but there is there's absolutely no fall. But a huge 5-man anti comes out. That was a huge play. Tofu dropping extremely low. Seb dropping extremely low. Always has to keep his team alive, but does get down. Seb also will go down. There's such a back and forth fight. Who will get more picks? Tofu does shatter. He is able to take down Madam and Lip Preview in that process. Madam will be DMAxed here, but Jeff is back and will be getting a little bit of support from Oasis, but will go down. Magical's trying to build the result as fast as possible, but Tannic will be taken down shortly after. That was such a back and forth fight, but thankfully the Plat was able to take it up to 93% almost.
The Pepega Parrots, they had the advantage that entire time. Look at how many ults ended up getting value out of them. I mean, kudos to them for ending up taking the point, but they should have done it so much faster. And with a lot more, I don't know, alacrity. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. They managed to take the point, 53%. They just have to hold the point for 50% more. There's only one ultimate online for Plat Chat to retake. It's a Graviton. And, they actually do not have a Diva. So they're not going to be able to eat this Graviton. They're going to have to deal with it when it finally comes out.
Yeah. Like, there's huge advantage coming up for Plat, but Jeff does get hacked. There is a beat to stop the effectiveness of the grab. So that's out. Jeff does have a shatter. He's able to get a big one. He will be. And then heal! Jeff gets 4! That should be enough to capture the point. LPM is half though. But the beat is there from PV to keep everyone alive. Jeff does go down though. Waste my out rally. That's what he does. Oh, beautifully plays farm. Will he catch anyone? No, it does not. Shop is able to escape right away.
That's a really weird bomb.
But a huge NG comes out. And it looks like Parrots will be taking this first round.
I'm not sure how that ended up happening. I mean, that was on point. I mean, Jeff had a very good Earth Shatter. Anyway, I guess let's talk about this. But yeah, it looks like that it's all over but the crying. That first point is going to go the way of the Pepega Parrots, which is honestly really surprising. I thought Plat had that in the bag. I mean, it all started when Jeff dropped his Earth Shatter and then missed the pin on the enemy Zarya, so the Zarya just got back up and continued fighting. And then Magical was able to get an EMP off. Oh man, that's really sad. If you are Plat chat, I bet they thought they had that fight in the bag, but they're gonna have to turn it around from that. It looks like they've sent a Waste over onto Widowmaker and are continuing to run a 2-2-2. Yeah,
this is a comp that did beat Real's DPS comp. The exact same comp that Pepega Parrots are running right now. Instead of having a McCree though, they had a soldier. So Plat plays like how they did against Real. This could be another. The Plat could take down, and if they don't, Pepega Parrots will be taking this first map.
The Pepega Parrots have a lot of long-range DPS, which is definitely going to help them against the Pharah. So like when 2-2 plays 2-2, it's really going to depend on which team's DPS can score more kills and more
a huge
fire.
pick coming up from 10-10. Waste already with a huge window pick getting onto Magical. That's a great opening pick. Now it's something to contest Tanic Fair. And a 5-man anti comes out onto the Pepega Parrots. This is free range for Tanic right now. He can do so much damage. And yes, he does. He's already 52 years old.
Yeah,
72 years old from one bullet.
Absolutely incredible. That 5-man nade was what completely turned that around. They were already scent packing, but it was a tactical retreat. That nade turned it into a full panicked Battle of Bull Run style retreat. And now Plat chat, they've got great positioning, they've got great ultimate percentages, everything's
everyone on Pepega Parrots are dropping extremely low right now. Thankfully, Shotgun and Lizzie are able to top them up right now. A dive does go on the Jet, but he does get slapped, and he should be taken out. That's what he does. The barrage coming out from Tanic will be able to get anyone. No, it is not. Magical is able to take out Tanic really quickly. That's really effective play by him. However, PP is able to get the risky res onto Tanic. That's a huge play, but will there be any follow-up? There are a few antis on the floor, but Madam does get taken down without his mech.
I can't fathom they don't push on this.
There's no way Tanic solo carries this, and yeah. It looks like Plat will most likely only be able to get 40% on this point.
That's still not bad. 41% for an opening fight, I mean, I'll take that. They're going to have to turn it around from that because but the other good news is Oace used his ultimate, but nobody else really did. So they're going to have a bunch of them online. Of course, their opponent will too. I'd hazard to say that their opponent may have all 6 ultimates ready for this upcoming push.
They will, but looking at all of the ults, Nick's ult is very counterable. Magical's ult is quite counterable as well, but who can get the most effective instead of Tank does get taken down early. I don't think that is in a reswell spot, if I am correct.
No, I don't think so.
It looks like... Look at he got hooked in, so looks like they're going to have to wait a little bit more longer just for Tank to come back. It's important that they don't get staggered again.
Yeah, absolutely. And likewise, it's important because if they have this fight on the control point, there is a huge bottomless pit right here. And both teams have tanks, a Roadhog and a Winston, who are very good at knocking people into the pit.
Winston is nano right now. Will he be able to get his ult in time? And yes, he does. It's about who can, if he's able to pick off anyone right now. The ult does come out on from Seb to push Jeff back, and he's taking in so much damage. And always gets taken out by Nick and the mech. 4 hit, and Magical gets a huge Jedi. Jeff does get taken one, but it's a little bit too late right now. And Pepega Parrots, I'm gonna say this now, they're out DPSing Plat. Like Plat, I thought their DPS would be a lot stronger, but Magical Nick, this DPS combo is countering this Tanic Beast Fair so much.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a Hanzo and a McCree. They're handpicked to counter a Pharah. I'm a little surprised that they're still trying to run a Pharah into this. Just because there's so many long-range heroes pouring damage, you can't really control the skies when your opponent has this team composition.
Jeff gets hooked again.
Oh, that is terrible. Oh, that is not good.
That is not good at all.
Once again, having to wait for one of their players to come back unless they want to push in with only 5 players. They may have to. They're running out of time. 92% on the clock. Tanic Beast trying to set up for...
PN! Why was he there? Why was he out of position? I don't understand. The bomb does come out. Will it be able to get anybody in time? It should not. It does get the thing, but it looks like it's a little bit too late right now. And Abacus, why was the LPN there when there was a Versatile Roadhog?
It had to have been a miscommunication. I think he expected Tanic to push in with the barrage, and then everyone would look behind, and then he could have thrown his grenade, because those anti-grenades were having a lot of value. But Tanic, he jumped up, he took one look, and he said, "Nah, I'm not jumping into that." So I think Anna was expecting Tanic and didn't get it. That's the only reason I can think of for why Anna would turn that corner with that composition.
Yeah, definitely. This huge shatter coming out from Jeff. This is what won them one of the fights. But on my opinion, Pepega Parrots just played much better than them. Like, they played a brand new game that I felt like Plat was surprised by.
And we saw that coming. We mentioned at the beginning that we weren't sure if Plat had that Plat just traditionally has had a lot of difficulty with control maps. So they are going to get to choose what map they want to go to next. It's going to be an assault map. I am not sure which one they're going to pick. Anubis,
definitely.
Horizon, Hanamura, and Volskaya, each of those maps plays so differently to each other. And they also don't have a lot of track record playing on any of them. I mean, looking at their track record here. So I could see them going to all four of them.
Yeah, but I want to say this now. The only maps the Plat has lost so far are these 2 CP maps. So if I was Plat, I'll be really nervous coming to this next map. You have yet to win on Horizon. You have yet to win on Anubis, and like I'm nervous for them right now.
At least they get. I mean, there's 2 silver linings. One, they get to pick the map. 2, the one time that Platchat has won on Anubis, it was in the playoffs. So this team knows that they can win on Anubis if they feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll send us to Hanamura or Horizon. I barely saw those 2 maps because nobody ever wanted to go to either of those in the main series games.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I just think, looking at what happened there, I feel like a lot of what Platchat did wrong was team composition. I mean, when you lose the opening fight, that's okay. You have no way of knowing what your opponent is going to run. So they switched to Goats, a team comp that takes forever to build up and forever to get those ultimates online. And that ended up working out for them. But it took so long for it to work out that there ended up being too much of a percentage differential for them to turn around. And so then we move to the next map on Sanctum, and they ran the Pharah the entire time. Why would you run a Pharah into an Anna McCree Hanzo comp?
Well, let me give you an example here. Redemption ran double hit scan against Tanic and yet was not killing them. So I feel like Pajak came into this thinking, hey, if no team has killed our Pharah yet, let's keep running it. But Magical, his McCree, and Nick's Hanzo, man, they're playing much better than Chicken and Sloth combined right now. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the wake-up call they needed. That may not work, and I love Tanic on Pharah. It's great. Like he runs that character very, very well. But I just think that Pepega Parrots has his number, and he's going to have to come up with a different DPS hero because I don't think you can control the skies as Pharah when you're playing against the Pepega Parrots.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, the map that they have chosen is the Temple of Anubis, the one we were talking about. The Platchat playoff team has shown success on this map, winning it the one time they went to it. So it's a logical choice for them to do. But I believe the Pepega Parrots have a pretty successful run on this particular map as well.
Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, the Pepega Parrots are 2-1 on this map. So they have taken a loss there in the past, but generally they are pretty good at it.
Anubis is one of those classic maps. I mean, it's one of the oldest maps. It's actually the first map designed for Overwatch. So every other map has been built after it. And because of that, it has a couple of interesting quirks to it. Like these incredible chokeholds that make it very difficult to push into certain spots, and the lack of environmental kills. There really is no other map that feels like Anubis. So you can't really say anything other than how these teams have done on Anubis themselves. And looking at these teams, I don't want to say much about the Pepega Parrots because they're in spawn. They could change at a moment's notice. Less capable of doing that is Platchat, who is pushing out with a very classic bunker comp. I'd say pretty much everything but the Pharah you will see in every single bunker comp. And honestly, the Pharah might work out on this particular map.
So I do want to say, I did talk about this on Countdown Abacus. If I said the biggest threat on the Pepega Parrots side was their Cyber Dive, and I said it's by far the best in this league, Nick and Magical, if they're able to perfect the Cyber Dive against those bunker combos we've seen in the past, they're definitely going to take this map.
Yeah, so far the Pepega Parrots, they must have done their homework, and they so far have known exactly run and have a perfect comp to counter it. This is a very good anti-bunker comp right here that they're looking at running. So they've cited it. They know what their opponent is running, and they get to decide if they want to do any swaps, and they do. They're going to switch Magical over to Sombra.
Yeah, smart pick. Very smart pick.
Yeah, definitely. So for the time being, time is ticking down, but I'd say that the advantage is definitely with the Pepega Parrots and Magical in particular. If he can get in there and get some good information for his team, and they're not wasting any time. All right.
Oh, the guy goes out Andre there, but the Mortality is able to keep up Tannic and Jeff in time. Tannic does take down Shuffle, and Nick and LP was able to take down Nick. In my opinion, that was a beautiful play coming out from Plat. They were able to put enough damage around the backline so that Nick wasn't able to get a hack. So Magical was not able to get a hack on the Bastion or the Baptiste. So when the dive came out, they just got instantly melted.
Yeah, countering Magical was the most important thing that happened there and was part of the reason that entire push failed. Now, with 2 minutes and 56 seconds, the Pepega Parrots can just keep doing that, and that is exactly what they're going to do.
Then Mortality is able to get a Tannic beat is hacked, and Jeff will be taken down. This should be the time the Pepega Parrots are able to win this fight, and not even that any ult. I thought Plat was able to take it generally easy, especially with their Mortality, but I thought wrong. But Oasis and Madam get huge picks on the DPS. Oasis dropping extremely low, and Peepa does get taken out. This does look like Pepega Parrots should win this, but Plat isn't out of the fight just yet. However, Oasis does get taken out, and it does look like Pepega Parrots will be taking this, but Plat is trying to exploit as much as possible, and Plat has made the right decision to switch to goats now.
Oh, Plat chat, playing games with our hearts. I thought that they were like magically, like I didn't even think it was possible to turn that around. And then it turns out it wasn't. It actually, they were not able to hold it. 2 minutes and 13 seconds, soon to be 4 minutes and 10 seconds, or 5 minutes. Sorry, I never can remember how many minutes after Blizzard changed the number. But that's pretty commanding. 5 minutes to hold point B. Now it's certainly possible.
Oh, that was perfect! Oh, wait, that was a crucial pick because he would have been able to get his EMP, and the EMP nano thing should have been off that fight. But that will still a little bit more time for Plat to get their ults now.
Which they absolutely need. After doing a full switch over to Goats, nobody has their ultimate, and is even close, except for Madam. Opposing them, they have 5 ultimates online. These two teams have mirrored ults at the moment. I guess the opposite of mirrored ults, where nobody has the same ult.
And the EMP bomb does come out. Will it be able to get it when? Yes, it does get LP, and Jeff is down to single digits again. The nano blade does go on. This should be where Pepega Parrots does team wipe right here. Oh my god, that was beautiful, and that is a team kill coming out.
Oh, Plat chat, yeah, no, they're going to have to go full stagger if they even want to touch the point. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do so. There is an entire team waiting with gun barrels loaded.
Jeff does go ham in, but he does able to touch, but Jeff and Alpine do instantly get melted. Will the bomb be able to get anybody? No, it's not. They're able to draw. But wait, no, the transfer chopper does come out in time. Does come out in time, so there is some, Pepega Parrots can be a little bit more aggressive here. Toby does take him out, but Oasis gets a huge pick on the shot. That will be a starting point for if they're able to turn this front around. Jeff does come back on the Hayman. Oasis gets both supports in this fight. Toby does get a wasted PvP, but without any healing. The Pepega Parrots are so vulnerable, and Jeff gets Nick. Oh my god, Oasis solo carries that fight. Without him, both supports would have been alive, and this could have went the other way. Somehow, Alpium takes down Seth.
Oh my god.
Frozen as soon as the ult. Magical does take down Tannic, but there needs to be someone on point so that it doesn't get flipped. Tofu is staying alive, but he's dropping down really low. Pepega Parrots just look to back out here, but instead they're just feeding ult charge. And now, Plat chat. It looked like Pepega Parrots had that with a team wipe, but somehow Oasis solo carried that fight for them.
This was an absolutely miraculous save. I thought they were dead to rights. And, I mean, this shows the power of a stagger comp. I mean, they managed to get people out there at the right time to not have to give up the point. I'm honestly not even sure how they did it. I thought for sure that the Pepega Parrots were going to take this control point. But they didn't. They are so close, 92.7%. But this time, it is a much taller order. They're going in with only 2 ultimates. Now, they are very comboable ultimates.
They're going to EMP bomb again, and yeah, it will be able to get Jeff down that 8-star. But Madam Duff has a bomb. It will create a little bit more space for the team. And Nick is hacked, so we want everything. And a beautiful bash on there. So now it's a 5v5, but a huge 3-man NT does go up. Alpine does have his ult, but the Blizzard able to create a little bit more space. The ult does come out on. The Moral does come out, and Tofu is dropping a little bit low right now. He's almost frozen, but Jeff does come back in his antis and gets focused so heavily right now. But there is healers on point for Plat right now. They're able to keep everyone alive. Tank is dropping extremely low, dropping single dish, and will be taken out. Always trying to keep his team alive. Alpine is also pretty else gets anti. The beak up from Pew does come out to give an extra link to his team to stay alive. The bomb does come out from Steps. Will it be able to catch anybody? Yes, it does. It gets a waste. Always comes in with the block it just in time. Jeff is hacked again. He's able to stay on this grind. He has a Swisher Hammer just for a little bit more stall potential. And yet again, Tank does switch to the mate just to stall out a little bit longer. Tank does have his ice ball. Now we'll stall out 5 more seconds for everyone on the side of Plat to come back. And yet again, Tank and LP are both back in time. DP does get up, but it gets only a waste. Shadow gets up, gets 2, and finally.
These delays were nothing short of legendary. So normally you wouldn't be too excited about losing Anubis with 2 minutes left on the clock, but good heavens, they were staring at maybe like a 5-minute timer. And that would have been absolutely terrible. The fact that they were able to delay for a whopping 3 minutes is absolutely insane. And I'm just going to note that I'm really surprised that Oasis died to that Diva Bomb. I was staring right at him.
I was really surprised.
His shield was 100% up. And that's happened to me. I play a lot of Brigitte in competitive, and there are a lot of times that I'll put my shield up. I think part of it is that Reinhardt's shield, even if he looks up, he has to look seriously up for it to not cover himself. With Brigitte, if you look up even a little bit, your shield is going to show your feet, and then you die to things. So I think that's what's going on there, because I know that's what happens with me. And in this game, if you try to transfer your Reinhardt skills over as Brigitte, a lot of different times your shield will kill you off. That wouldn't happen if you were playing Reinhardt.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I came into this thinking that Almec was a better main tank coming in, but apparently Tofu is saying otherwise. You know, I always thought the same thing, but now Tofu is playing the best I've seen him in a long time.
They've been getting some serious value out of Tofu. He is absolutely like the team captain, carrying everybody through these control points. He's been doing a very good job. His team has been doing a great job supporting him, and he's going to continue doing so as Winston. Looks like we've got a 2-2-2, and a very interesting 2-2-2. I don't think I've ever seen a team run Doomfist Widowmaker as their 2 DPS for an Anubis defense.
Definitely, but
trying and failing to get that early pick.
Yeah, so if Players can make this work, they can definitely take this map and be 2-0 up in the series. A really decisive lead.
Yeah, but it's not over yet. The Plat chat are still trying to decide what they want to end up running. Looks like they're trying to decide if they want to do a couple of character switches, see if they want to keep Oasis on the Genji. I think they were probably expecting a bunker, and now that there isn't one, they're like, well, what do we do now? But they're going to push through center, kind of a 2-2-2 also with Sombra Widowmaker. Interesting. I always like to see Sombra. Sombra's really
spot
powerful.
L. That was really unfortunate. He would have been able to get a hack up, but thankfully he's still alive, so he will be able to get right back to this fight. Surely but surely.
Yeah, no, I think he's going for the Widowmaker. He can finish off the Widow.
So a dive gets killed from Jeff. So. Madam is there just in time, but Jeff is dropping extremely low, almost in a single digit. LP will try to pop him up, but Madam and Jeff are extremely low right now. It does favor the Pega right now, but Sebs is DMAC right now. Tofu is also extremely low. Pause. Yeah, pause please, yeah. And yeah, I saw Tofu AFK, and that really sucks.
Oh, was that what was going on? I was wondering, because like I don't know. There shouldn't have been any reason that they kind of hiding up there. But so this might actually change a lot, because for all intents and purposes, Platchat broke their defense. They got the pause now, but it's going to be very interesting to see if they can turn this around even remotely, because things are looking so good for Platchat right now. They may take the point even faster than their opponents did, because this, for all intents and purposes, was their first attack. They were able to stop one attack when Pepega Parrots pushed through.
So Plat does have that one-man advantage coming out, so if they're able to keep Jeff up, there should be enough damage to take down Lilith right here. Sebs is in the single digits right now. He's trying to stay alive. Magical needs to pop off here just to keep his team alive. Pupa is really low, and also anti, so we won't be able to get any heals at all. Pupa will be able to take down Sebs. No, Lilith does get taken out, so Tank does take down Sebs. That's a huge start. Magical's still there, so if they do cap this point, they may be able to get some sacrifice picks here. Jeff is forced to pop his primal to stay alive, and also the nano. That's huge fight coming off the pick appearance. We're able to take out a lot of ult coming to this next fight. And Magical does get a waste, so that's a huge pick. So there will be a little bit of leeway right now. And thankfully the pick appearance will get fast respawn time.
Yep. If I were the Pepega Parrots, I wouldn't be happy. I'm being happy with baiting out the nano boost and the Winston ult. That's definitely going to do some good things for them, especially because it turns out that Platchat is doing a lot of switches, which is going to reset their ultimate counts anyway, so maybe they're not actually that bummed. if Jeff wasn't going to stay on Winston anyway, then, you know, you might as well fire it off.
But the thing is, Maskell will have his EMP. Not Maskell, technically will have his EMP, so if he's able to get Schaffler in it, they should be able to win this.
This is the exact position that the Pepega Parrots. Tannic, you've been spotted.
Tannic just gets EMP, but Tannic gets melted immediately. There was no follow-up with that EMP whatsoever.
Yeah, they were like, hey, Tannic's here. They're gonna do that thing with the Diva Bomb, so they all hid from it. And now Tofu getting a double kill. I do not think this first push into B is going to get anything for them.
Definitely not a single thing right now. And I definitely say that Maskell's EMP effectiveness is doing much better than Tannic right now. So yeah, Tannic does switch off to Zarya, so that's a smart play coming out right now.
Oh, so that might have been what was going on. He was trying to get rid of his Sombra EMP, but even then, he really was kind of gutsy, just strolling onto the point and running into the enemy's area. Usually you translocate in there. But either way, it's not over yet. Pew Pew has his ult.
Pew Pew will have his ult, and he does engage with the thing. And a 4-man AC comes out, AC on Jeff right there. That is a huge EMP coming out for Magical, and that should be enough. Like I said, Magical's EMP effectiveness are a lot better. And Tofu solo shatters the Diva. Just so I think that they can, they get the Sleep Dark kill. Very few of those happen.
That's crazy. Alright, so, Plat chat, are you going to mix things up? What you're doing right now is not really working. I guess you're building up ultimates, and then you can have a more classic GOATS ultimate bum rush in your opponent. But look at the Pepega Parrots. They've got Rally and Zarya ult ready to counter this.
So definitely gonna see, will Plat's abilities are also affecting. They're all gonna have a bit three ults next fight. So if Jeff gets a big shatter, and Jeff gets a huge break on the neck, that's a great opening start for Plat right now. And they do pop Rally just to get a little bit more effectiveness. And that was a huge grab coming out. That was able to split off the team. But Sebs gets through with it. That was a huge break, and the shatter gets absolutely nobody. When he thought Plat would win that fight, with especially up 2, player parent said no. Otherwise, no, we're gonna win this fight. And Chopper gets mad at him as well. Placha is getting pixel, but Sebs and El Chapo are getting a lot of picks, and yet again,
that was a disastrous push for Plat chat. They committed so many ultimates. They committed all of them. They have no ultimates online now, and they got nothing. They got absolutely nothing for it. Pepega Parrots got a bunch of ultimate charge off of that. Look at everybody's feeling pretty. They've either got ultimate or they're more than 50% there. Plat chat's going to need to eco push just to get some ultimates online.
Yeah. Especially with Magical game coming up on the CMP, that can solely win fights itself.
Yeah, no, Plat chat needs to turn things around. I'm not even sure how they should do that at this point. They still have 2 minutes. The round is certainly not over, but they need to bait out a couple ultimates from their opponents, which is what they're trying to do right now. Their opponent's very wisely holding on to those ultimates.
Jeff does get up, but it's quickly moving up. 6-man shot gets over Tofu. That was a huge pick from him. Oh my god, Tofu just won the fight by himself right there, and the Diva was gonna get staggered out. Madam is so low right now.
Well, I said they needed to bait out an ultimate, and they did. Exactly one. Everybody else still has their ultimate. I guess Nick used his as well. Then that's step one. Step one, get rid of your opposing ultimates and kind of equalize. And they almost have. I'd say the ultimate advantage is still on the Pepega Parrots, but it's closer. It's closer than it was before. So for all intents and purposes, that was a pretty good eco push, even if it may have been a little embarrassing.
Maskell has his EMP though. Man, I don't know how they're gonna counter the EMP. They have Alpine does have a support ult, so if he does hide. But no, he does not. 6-man EMP does come out. Will Plat be able to back out just in time? No, but technically does take out Magical. That's a huge start. Now the trans is used by Schaffler and Alpian to keep everyone alive. The bomb does get out. Will he be able to get anybody? No, it does not. But the shatter does come out from Jeff. Will he be able to get anybody? No, it does not.
This fight in the basement.
Yeah, but no, they're not fighting on point right now. So, Parrots are outside a little bit more time for the sports to come back. A shatter comes out for Tofu again. 3-man shatter. He is solely winning these fights for the team. Oh my god.
Tofu is absolutely changing the game here. His Earth Shatter has been insane, and special credit to Lilith for getting these Ana nades on top of the people. But she couldn't do that if Tofu wasn't getting these absolutely insane shatters. And now time is running out. 25 seconds left on the clock. No ultimates in the bank. They have no choice but to try and push onto the point. They don't have a Sombra. Nobody is in a position to touch unless they push right now.
Yeah, they have to push right now. There's going to be no ults on both sides right now, but some people will be reaching up their ult. Jeff has to stay alive here. He gets picked. But a huge anti again! What is Plat doing? They never are able to stop these antis. And Vega Parrots should be taking a 2-0 lead in the series.
I mean, it's not over yet, but it probably will be over pretty soon. Novice only has a couple of hit points left. I love Lucio, but a single Lucio cannot take point B, and I don't believe there's anybody in line to touch this, and that is going to be yet another map for the Pepega Parrots. They are 2-0. You need to get 4 points, or you need to take 4 maps to win entirely. So this may be halftime, or it may be, I don't know, third time if the Plat chat turns it around, but everything is coming up roses for the Pepega Parrots and Tofu in particular. Good lord.
Oh my god, this man was so clutch, especially when it mattered, and he literally sealed the deal for this team.
Yeah, this no surprises whatsoever that was play of the game. That was just insane. He's putting the gluten-free back in Tofu.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't want to say Pepega Parrots won this yet, but we have seen teams in the past make 2-0 comebacks. Very rare, but we have seen it before. So if any team's going to do it, it's definitely going to be Plat chat.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's you have to take 4 maps in order to win. So they're not going to. Yeah, so they need to take 2 more. They've gotten 2. They need to get 2 more. Plat chat, they need to have a crazy run and take all 4 back. Which is, I mean, like we said, absolutely possible. So they're going into hybrid right now. I can't fathom that they're going to pick. What was the map they've had some like terrible luck on?
Oh, Hollywood.
Yeah. So I hope they don't pick Hollywood. Their choices are Kings Row, Eichenwald, Nambani, and Hollywood. If I were them, I'd go Kings Row. They're 2-0. So both times they've gone to Kings Row, they've won it. So if I were them, I'd go to Kings Row. What is the Pepega Parrots? What's their track record on Kings Row?
Let me just look at my stats right here. Look at Kings Row. They're currently 1-0 in Kings. So
1-0. Oh, so
yeah.
Plat chat actually has a better map percentage win rate on Kings Row.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see. On the other hand, it's Kings Row. It's the most famous map in Overwatch. Every professional Overwatch player has played it trillions of times. They may be playing right into Pepega's hands by taking them to such a classic map.
Definitely. Like, the only we saw bot breakers once on ago, but it wasn't very effective. But Pepega Parrots are getting huge antis. They're winning these huge fights, and with Tofu getting these huge shatters, man, he is really winning this fight for his team right now. Oh yeah, no, Tofu. The team is rallying around Tofu. So far, he's giving a player of the match performance, and if he can keep that up, his Earth Shatters have been insane. Nothing Jeff has tried has worked. On Nepal, Jeff was doing okay. He had a couple of pretty crazy Earth Shatters, one of which was the play of the game we saw with the corresponding Diva Bomb. And it does look like we are going to Kings Row, unsurprisingly. It's a pretty logical place to send the match after this. And my heart goes out to Plat chat. I hope they've got something up their sleeve. I'm going to predict that they run a Pharah. This is a particularly Pharah-friendly map. Yeah.
But ultimately, Pepega may see that coming.
First point it is, and I definitely want to see Plat chat win their goats. They haven't been really too strong in goats yet, but once Jeff gets his stride and starts popping off, that's when he's going to start winning these fights.
Yeah. I mean, considering this is their last opportunity to play GOATs, because after this season, well, when League Zero comes back for Season 2, they're going to follow the Overwatch League in enforcing a 2-2-2 roll lock. So that is both a blessing and a curse, because these teams have had to play a bunch of GOATs. But, I mean, teams like Plat chat that aren't that great at GOATs, they're probably looking forward to Season 2, but they're not there yet. They need to win this. And their opponent is probably going to pull out the GOATs on this particular map. Mm-hmm. And considering that their opponents are up 2-0, that is a spicy enchilada for Plat chat to swallow.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Plat chat, okay, Pepega Parrots are definitely going to switch here. Definitely, but...
No, man, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 4 DPS and 2 support?
Good work.
Do it. I believe in you. I want to see it. I want to see it on my desk by tomorrow morning. Much more regular is Plat chat's comp. That's pretty much about as classic a GOATS comp as you can get in this meta. Pretty much no changes whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be all about who can get that. I know Pepega Parrots are going to run 3-3 here, but it's definitely going to be like who can utilize the Ana better. And yes, Plat chat is definitely going to go with the Ana as well, so that there is some more leeway with these antis. But
yeah.
Seb's going... Okay, yeah, Seb's going...
The Ana that we were so impressed about last round was Lilith, and Lilith is now on Lucio. Schaeffler has decided to don the healing sniper rifle. So we'll see if he can do as good a job, because Lilith's anti-nades were we're vice president of the game in the last
definitely.
round.
Loyalty definitely popped off after was the antics. Now it's going to be a who can utilize this. And Magical is going to Somber again, which is smart pick. Somber has worked out so far. And Plat, again, Jeff gets hacked again. This team has to be more for him, but Tofu is getting low really well. But a waste to drop in a single dish again. Nick is also anti, drop down single dish really well. And yes, Jeff gets a huge pick on the Nick. But Magical is just on low ground, is getting huge ult start. It's already 50% to his ult. A good start for Pepega Parrots despite losing this first fight.
50% on the control point as well. They actually a value considering they never ended up wiping the opponent. So if they just do that one more time, they'll almost have the control point. And this time they're going to do it with more ultimates. They don't have any online right now, but they're going to have them online very soon, especially that all-important magical EMP.
Definitely. PPU has to build his ult, but Plat is giving him so much space. Grab does get out. This will stall a little bit for time. But there is no follow-up with the grab at all. And then Jeff goes down instead. And Madden gets the EMP, but Tank does take down Nick as well. But Madden will get DMAX here. Alchemy does have his Xana, but will he opt to use it? Oh, if a waste pops his Brig ult, there is some possibility for a recontest here. No one's even on point right now, capping.
I don't see a recontest here. They lost Jeff, their most important main tank. They don't really have anyone to push into unless Oasis wants to try main tanking on Brigitte. But that's going to be it. 5 minutes on the clock. Things looking very good for the Pepega Parrots right now. Very good way to start this match off. Only magical EMP was used. Everyone else still has their ultimate.
But yet again, Plat is in a really good position to hold this. This is a very smart, this really good choke point. And a lot of teams that do get stuck here until a lot of ults are used. So if Plat can keep holding this position, they can definitely win this. With both rallies getting popped up, they will be ending soon. Just about now. So with a lot of armor rally, Plat should look to fight now, especially with the spectral. And then he gets another grab. That was a huge play. And Jeff, he pins Nick, and he's out of position. Nick should die here, and yes, he will. He will die to the bomb. PP does pop his ult, so everyone survives in the ult, and a huge six-man shatter comes out from Tofu. Jeff should be going down. Jeff, you have to block shatters like this, or else the team is gonna lose. Madam gets anti. PP gets anti. And Tannic will go down. Man, Jeff, you've yet to block a shatter, man. Come on.
I think they've been successfully baiting Jeff into playing more aggro than he should. Like, I noticed on a lot of points they'll leave like an Ana that looks so easy. Just walk 2 feet forward and hammer the Ana. Nope. Then everybody swoops on them like ravens. So they've just been doing a really good job baiting Jeff out. And just Tofu with these earth shatters, man. Payload rounding the second penultimate bend.
Oh, the AMP does get out, but thankfully Jeff and Madam will get topped up from Oasis rally. They're able to back out. That was a great play coming out from the Plat chat. They're able to negate the AMP altogether. A grab does get out, but there's going to be no ult to counter it at all. Jeff is dropping on, Oasis is dropping on, PP is dropping on, there will be a team wide coming out. And man,
Plat chat played everything right there. I can't think, like they did what they could. But their opponent just used too many ultimates on top of each other. These Ana nades have been so important. I mean, both teams' Anas have been landing some amazing grenades to anti-heal everybody when it matters most. And I believe they're going to be taking this point without question.
See,
they can't even get there.
It's either you save Pew's ult for the EMP, or you just let the EMP happen. And an early grab comes out, and he is able to take out Nick itself. It's happened multiple times. And a 3-man shatter comes out from Tofu. He's able to block himself, but not the rest of the team. And Lilty is shattered as well, but Jaff is dropping extremely low. Lilty won't even go down. And a pin does get onto from
Oasis.
Tofu. And again! Oh my god!
No. Pepega has just been going off with these ultimates. Every time anyone uses an ultimate, somebody on the opposing team dies. And that's exponential if 2 people use their ultimates at once. Just so far, nothing Plat Chat has tried has worked, though they are going into this final fight with a bare ultimate advantage. Both rallies coming out.
Okay, so the grab does come out, and there will be a little bit of top up from Oasis ult, so no one will get picked. Tofu does go down, Type does go down, but I don't think that bomb was completely useless. It does get out magical though.
You say that, but it got magical, and magical.
But
every second magical's in spawn is a second magical's not building ult.
That's true.
And these EMPs, they have been game changers. So I'd take a dead magical any day of the week at the end of a fight.
So currently the only way Plat can survive is if Oasis builds up his ult, and I feel like that is enough, especially for the amount of damage Plat is doing. So if Pew saves his ult just for Magical's EMP, Plat is in a good position to hold this place. We saw it against Bob Burger. Let's see if Plat can do it against big Parrots.
Yep, and that's true. And there are no ultimates online that would. Sebs is nowhere near a Graviton. Tofu's going to have an Earth Shatter soon, but you don't really use Lucio to counter Earth Shatter. So yeah, I
Jeff
agree.
is hit it, and finally huge anti comes out, but the EMP does go up. People was hiding. He was prepared for it, and he's able to keep up his team just in time. And Seb is only 50% to his ult. Shatter does go out, but I get absolutely no one. Tofu is dropping extremely low. Will he be able to get him? No, they're not. And yet again, Papers are back up, but no, but Plat is getting stagger kills. And it was looking like Pepega was going to count this 4 minutes, but now Plat has brought it down to 2 minutes 30 with the MP gone.
I like how Plat Chat didn't even need Jeff. They're like, Jeff, you take a little cat nap. The rest of us are going to go spawn camp them for a few seconds. And so that was something of an eco push for both teams, even though it didn't really look like it, because there's a bunch of ultimates online now. Starting off,
another grab comes out, and the B will be used to keep everyone up again. The nail does get onto Jeff, so he has a little bit more. And another 4-man shatter! Jeff, you can't always hold your mouse one when you want to build up your ult. You keep doing it, and you keep making the same mistakes. Come on.
Yeah, Tofu's winning the Reinhardt mind games, and it's working out so well for his team. Now, Platchat's been having some really good defenses here. I think they're going to be able to block at least one more time if they get somebody onto that point quickly.
And Madam, it's the grab! That was a beautiful play! Platchat could not see it on here! Madam was prepared for that to happen! It's like you're writing like a book! The MP does go on all 4 members though! It looks like Pepega Parrots will be capping this with a minute 25 left.
Yeah, I don't see anybody in a position to stop this. So, like you said, 1 minute and 25 seconds roughly on the clock to finish out Pepega Parrots' push through King's Row. It's going to be Platchat's turn to try and equalize or exceed that, which is possible. 1 minute 22 is not like an incredible time bank.
It is a lot of time, especially for King's Row, I will say.
Yeah. So it's possible. I believe in you, Platchat. It's not over yet.
See, the thing in my opinion is if Plasha wants to counter the Sombra combos, they have to do what they did against Spot Burgers. Play Zen and Lucio. So you have an ult to stop the EMP and an ult to stop the grab. But Magical is the team in general is just playing around EMP so much better than what Bot Burgers did. And that's why they're winning this series so far 2-0.
I'm getting flashbacks to when the Shanghai Dragons finally said, you know what, screw it, we're just going to run Sombra all the time. And then like things started looking up for them because nobody was running Sombra at the time. And it's not like Pepega Parrots is going through a Shanghai Dragon slump, but the fact that they're running so much Sombra and it just keeps working, Platchat doesn't have an answer for Sombra at the moment. And it's like you said, if they want to commit both of their support heroes to countering Sombra, a Zenyatta and a Lucio, they can absolutely do that, but it's so scary because, Lucio and Zenyatta is such a fragile healer. When you lose out on having an Ana, no more anti-nades, which have been so valuable. I don't know. It could definitely happen, but we're going to have to see. I noticed that that we just have like completely bog standard goats on the defense. Totally understandable. Offense, still trying to decide what they want to run, but they may be going double sniper.
I would not be surprised, but if I'm not mistaken, they will be switching to goats here. Madam is just using the sonar to see where everyone is, and he does spot out Magical right there, so he is hiding there. Man, Madam is really good at using his sonar and finding out where a lot of the team is.
Yeah, definitely. But they're going to need more than that to push all the way onto this control point. They're actually being held first choke. Pepega Parrots
Magical will try to get a hack on, and you will get another hack on. Beautiful play. Magical shows you able to translocate out. Yes, he does. He's able to get to safety right there. But LPN people are dropping a little low with Tank B as well. Madam is dropping quite low, but will he be able to get top from LPN in the fight? Currently, just really back and forth fight around. They're trying to take out Magical. Magical does have to get away, and Tofu is in it. And another huge shatter comes up from Jeff. That is the Jeff I want to see. Builds up shatters in 30 seconds and gets huge ones. We saw us get bobbers, and finally Jeff is in his stride. Let's go.
How to round things off by sniping a Lucio with a fire strike. That was the enemy just didn't think he could pop. I didn't think he could pop. I look up, I'm like, does Jeff have 98% ult? How did he pull that off? But yeah, I mean, he's playing such an aggressive Reinhardt. That sort of stuff happens. The problem is when you play too aggressively and your entire team gets earth shattered because you were holding M1.
Yeah.
He has to look out for. Tofu is at 75%.
But Jeff is already 70! What?
Oh my god.
Tofu dropping low! Jeff! How is this man have another shatter?
Could they possibly...
And again! Okay. Oh, wait, the grab was not near. It does take out Lilty's ult in the process. Lilty should be able to get a picture if he's not able to get. And yet again! Platchat finally has hit his stride. Let's go! This is the Platchat I want to see.
Yeah, everybody except Magical has been sent back to spawn. Magical's probably scouting. Oh no, she's actually going to try and do some shooting, but okay. Unfortunately, they only had one person on payload, so it's not moving particularly quickly.
That's fine. They were able to get a lot of space from it.
That's true. It's rounding the penultimate corner. The rest of Pepega Parrots are back. 4 ultimates online. They have such a huge ultimate advantage. Plat Chat has to bait out some ultimates here.
Magical should look to set up here that the grab does come out, and no picks are getting out just yet. They'll wait this pop his rally so it's able to top up his team. So that's one out gone already, but Nick does pop his rally this time, and a 4-man EMP does get out, which will take down Pew Pew. However, Plat Chat is backing out right away. Madam may get DMAX here, but it looks like he will be able to stay alive just in time. And that was a beautiful play from Plat Chat. Only one person died from the EMP and didn't even win them the fight at all. Plat Chat just backed out, and now Plat Chat's gonna have all 6 in this choked one. If Jeff lands another big shot, as we've seen it from in the past, this could be Plat Chat winning this point.
Yeah, that's perfect.
The bomb does get out. Will it be able to catch anybody? No, it is all but the shatter. It would have been smart, but Loyalty does go down, so a lot of the healing is gone. And a huge shatter comes out, but Pew Pew is right there to keep everyone topped up. The grab gets out, and the solo grab on Tofu should win them the fight. A lot of ults are used, but I feel like at this point you should just win the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very scrappy. It went left, right, and center. No, everybody was firing. Wasn't actually hitting anybody.
Oh, Magical trying to die, but he's able to translocate out so much. He got so much healing from his team there.
That's perfect. This is what you need as Plat Chat. Look at how many ultimates that.
But all 6 are back for Pepega Parrots now. Will he be able to cap? Sebs is anti on point, so there is some leeway. Loyalty does go down. Sebs go down, and that was just bad play. They just kind of rushed on the point, gave so much ult charge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Pepega Parrots were thinking they were doing, but whatever they did, it was not working. They gave a bunch of free ultimate to Plat Chat. Things are looking so good for them. This is the best chance they've had since we started this series, not counting the Torb 1v1, to turn things around. 4.5 minutes, pushing into the point. They have a bunch of ultimates about to come online. That being said, Magical is at EMP charge.
And the 3-man, okay, so but a 2-man shatter does come out from Jeff. There's so much happening right now, I cannot keep up. So right now,
Reinhardt's falling down.
Jeff got a shatter, but there was no follow-up with it at all.
Yeah, they managed to kill off Tofu, but there are far too many parrots flying around the point right now to take it easily, and the rest of Plat Chat is going to retreat, with the exception of a staggered Madam, to wait for Jeff to come back and try to push through this chokehold one more time.
Without smart play, they got out the EMP, and now they have a lot of ults. Now, they won't have ults right now, but they will have ults to work with while the fight goes on. And likewise for Pepega Parrots.
The Parrots are going to have 6 ults in a couple of seconds, so I believe if I were Plat Chat, I'd try to bait some of those out, like they did.
Magical's building up his EMP so fast. The Plat Chat has to push in now. Magical's just used it, and he's ready 90 again to it. He's building it up so fast. Jeff is hacked, and Magical should be able to get it right now from the hack Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. Plat Chat trying to push in there, totally understandable. Something of an eco push for them, but they're going to actually start off firing Tanic.
And his 6-man EMP gets out, but Madam is able to use the grab from Sebs. That's the second time he's done it all game. Pew does take down Nick. There's such a back and forth fight, but without PM going down, it does look like Pepega Parrots will be taking this. Will be holding this.
You hate to see it because there is some great play from Plat Chat right there. Some like Madam eating the ultimate was absolutely awesome. But for the time being, they're going to be sent back to spawn. I mean, things are still looking good for them. Jeff is about to get Earth Shatter. 3 members of their team have ultimate. They did what I said they needed to, and they baited out a couple of ults, and they've equalized. And now it's going to be down to who uses their ultimates more efficiently in this upcoming fight.
So the bomb gets out, we'll be able to catch anyone. The shatter does get out, and it does get set. That's a crucial pick right there. But a 3-man shatter gets out on the Pew Pew, so his ult won't even there be used for him. They now have to go on to Jeff just to keep him alive. And Jeff goes in. Another lost fight for Plat Chat.
Oh, man. No. This is not good for Plat Chat.
He's just landing big shatters. Jeff has to block these shatters, or else it's going to keep happening all game.
Pew Pew actually getting KO'd as he tried to retreat back to spawn. Now, things are still looking okay for Plat Chat. This is absolutely not over. They have 3 ultimates. Their opponent has 0. So they're going to probably want to deal with Magical if they can, because Magical is almost certainly going to have EMP, which can turn a fight entirely on its own. But we're getting into do or die.
The grab does go on to Tofu. There should be no ult to stop it, but Tofu's getting a lot of healing from him. He does get anti. Finally, Jeff gets a huge pick. But there is a 4-man anti, but there's going to be no follow-up allowed. Tanic may drop here, but he does not. Jeff gets a 3K. Finally, Jeff, he's able to do something for his team right now after losing all those shatters. Magical's in the back right now. He has no translocator, and he should get a picture. Finally, he gets onto the high ground, but he's almost 1 health. We'll be able to get heals in time so that he's able to stay alive. Magical trying to get back to his team just in time.
It's do or die time. Everybody's pushing on.
The grab gets out, but the Pew Pew is there to hold. Right there. Tofu does get anti, so we'll be taken down. Magical gets low as well. Plat Chat should be able to cap this point with a relatively same time as Pepega Parrots here.
So yeah, so long as they can avoid any and he staggers.
Oh my god, I got nervous here, Abacus. I thought Pepega Parrots had that. But thankfully, Plat is putting up a little bit of a fight, and with over a minute, that means they will have another fight.
All right, perfect. Yeah, no, Plat Chat seems to have finally figured out what Pepega Parrots is doing and have come up with a corresponding comp. I still don't really think they've developed a real counter to the Sombra, and I think Pepega Parrots' Sombra is the main thing that's been giving Plat Chat so much trouble. But this was a much better performance than on the previous two maps. And if I were Plat Chat, I'd still be feeling pretty nervous, but it'd be more of a nervousness where you see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And you see a way to go and a way to win this. Whereas on the previous two maps, it looked like victory was slipping out of their fingers before they'd even fully reached out.
So thankfully, Plat Chat does have another chance.
Yep. Said chance does need to go first since they had the lesser time bank.
And I feel like they do need to win this map because being down 3-0 Abacus, although we also shot pull off the 3-0 win, reverse comeback, it's hard. It takes a hit on your morale. And being 3-0 down, that you have to win 4 games straight. Yeah,
that's pretty insane. This is a pretty important Plat Chat to take, so that they don't even have to think about doing that. Let's start the win streak right here and not after going down 3-0. Classic goats, Sombra goats that they have opposing them. They're probably just going to run the Widowmaker for one shot and then switch over. Totally fair. We have goats on goats. We are the men who stare at goats.
It's all about who can get ult first, and we've seen Magical build up his ult really, really fast in the past. So this is his chance to shine right now for Pepega Parrots if we want to get this 3-0 win. 3-0 lead.
And they're starting things off. They're rotating around the cafe. They don't want to give up too much.
Magical will get another hack on to Jeff. That was a crucial hack. And Magical's already 40 to his ult. He's literally charging it up. Like it's like a free money round. But it waits! Huge pick on the Magical! No more hacks! No more AP to worry about. But a 5-man anti comes out! But a waste! Gets 3! Oh my god! He's solo killing this fight for them! That is what Plat Chat needed! They needed a man to step up for them, and a waste did just that for them!
Oasis has been absolutely amazing in all of these maps. That was the bugle cry. It may not have been the ultimate rally, a uncoded rally to get everybody forward and take that point. Very commanding. 15 seconds left on the clock to push this payload as far as they possibly can. But even taking the control point in a King's Row overtime is good. Like this is perfect.
But they need to get. They want to get as far as they can so that Pepega Parrots are in a bad position. You know?
Yeah. You got to push it through this choke point at minimum.
Yeah. The grab does come out. Magical's really close to people. Will he be able to use it yet? Topo's dropping extremely low. He's getting out, but a huge shatter does get out from Jojo. That was a big play. The nail was completely wasted, and that is the play that you need coming up for one of the best main tanks in League Zero. 5-man shatter, 5-man dead.
That is perfect. This is exactly what they're looking for. This payload is going so far, it just keeps going. Pepega Parrots have not been able to do anything to slow it down. If they step off the payload for a second, overtime is going to be over, but they have already pushed it so far. Pepega Parrots, you got to do something. Magical, 86%, get that EMP and fire it off.
Get that EMP shower, that's what they need to win this, but Pew Pew does not even have his ult yet. This is the window of opportunity that you have. Magical will have his EMP coming up soon, and the armor from Oasis will be going down quite soon. So Magical has his EMP coming up. Pew Pew is not there just yet, but he's coming up. Oh my god! That was the best play ever! This man won the fight for them! Jeff is hacked, and the shatter goes out, but both main tanks are down in this fight. Pew shatter just a little bit more healing as well. The bomb gets out. That should be able. No, it gets nobody from it. But everyone on the Plat Chat is alive right now. But 2 people are anti. People in the waist need to stay alive here. But people are going down so low. You know, there is a people may be able to hold this though. Man does get DMX and it does look like Pepega Parrots will be holding this. The shatter, the grab does come out, but 2 people are down. They will Plat Chat in this around. The nano comes out on the set. Just keep it more alive. The Alphian just have a nano and it just put it on the tanning. There's so much damage coming up, but Magical will have another MP coming up really soon. Jeff just has a shatter. Another MP is built in this fight. So much damage is being done, but there is no follow-up with the EMP right now. The grab comes out, and this is where Pepega Parrots have to do damage. Always goes down, but Jeff has shatter. Will he get anyone? Yes, it does. He gets Tofu with it, and JP does go down. What? Plat Chat is doing so good. They're able to come second point with it. Such a backup point, and Plat Chat will come second point. Oh my God, Abacus! Always solo carried that fight.
I can't even believe what I'm seeing right here. That payload made it all the way to second. They survived 2 EMPs, one of which they destroyed before they could actually use it. But this is terrible for the Pepega Parrots. What are they going to do? Why can't they stop this payload? It just keeps rolling.
Magical switch to Zarya because he knows now that Plat Chat knows the answer for the Sombra. They have to switch off.
Oh, this is damning. They have a Zarya. They actually have payloads.
But a huge humanity. Will that get picked off here? Yes, he will. That was a beautiful pick. And the B does get all 5 members. What's potential able to cancel it? Albion does go down, so there's gonna be a lot of less healing. And finally, with a 3-man shatter, it does look like the Parrots will be stabilized here.
Yeah, but is it too little too late?
Wait, but the bomb does go. We'll be able to stall a little bit of time. People just get out, so this is stalling even more time for the tanks to get back. If Jeff gets back just in time, this could be. Oh wait, dies for the also. That's really sucks. But man, just get back. So that is the start. Tank is getting so close to his grab right now. The emergency Jubis comes back from Nick just to bring him back a little bit more damage. Tank was so close to his ult, but he wasn't able to get it. And finally, but if I was Plat Chat, I would be so happy right now.
They couldn't possibly complain. That's incredible. 2.5 points when you started off with 1 minute and 15 seconds in the time bank. That's incredible. The Pepega Parrots are going to have to pull a rabbit out of a hat if they want to possibly equalize that incredible run. And you're right. I mean, we said they had to find a counter to the Sombra. They found such a counter. The Sombra switched over to Zarya. So for the first time, it's going to be curious to see what they end up running. The Pepega Parrots, they've just been running Sombra Goats. Why not? Are they going to do that again? Do they think that Magical, has Plat Chat figured out the secret?
Ready for battle.
Oh my god. If
Plat
Chat
so.
is doing I feel like the Sombra is working for Pepega Parrots, but near the end, Plat Chat figured out how to do it. And Pepega Parrots have to respect that decision now. Cause man.
That absolutely legendary block where Madam stopped the Sombra from firing off the EMP. I mean, that was incredible. I've never seen it play so amazing. And it was exactly what Plat Chat needed to keep that Herculean payload going. All right, yeah. Pepega Parrots, it's your turn. 1 minute and 22 seconds. Can you take 2.5 control points? Let's find out. They're going to start off with classic goats to do so. We have goats on goats combat right here.
Oh my god, it's gonna be all about who can get those opening picks. With no Sombra, neither team Pepega Parrots are in a position where they can't rely on hacks and EMPs anymore. They just have to play straight up goats right now. That's what they're gonna be doing. Tofu and Nick dropping slowly low, but they will be able to get topped up. Pepega Parrots are saying to go for Sombra, to go for Zenyatta here, just for a little bit more damage output. And with Jeff and Madam dropping down extremely low, that's a good start already.
Yeah, they keep baiting Jeff out. Jeff needs to play more defensive.
Man, Pepega Parrots were able to take that quick, and that's what they need. With the Plat Chat almost taking it all the way, they need as much picks as they can get, and almost all the ultras they can get. But Tenet will have his ult for next fight, and with Chaplin, will have his chance unless they grab early. And Peeper does get taken out. That is a horrible stagger coming out.
Yeah, look at the Pepega Parrots. They're the red menace. They're sweeping through this map. They have no interest in giving up a sliver of distance. They have pushed them all the way back to point B, while Zenyatta just pushes the payload single-handedly through the first control point. Plat Chat trying to decide where do they want to hold here. Do they want to hold on this final control point, try to stop the spawn advantage?
Yeah, I mean, the payload is barely moved yet. So regardless of Plat Chat win this fight, they will have another chance to hold. So the rally is going up. But Madam, it's the grab! That was a huge ping! That's what wins the fight! The bomb gets up, we'll be able to fight anybody! It does take down tanks, that's a huge turn! With Jeff and Madam dropping extremely low, this should look like Pepega Parrots taking this. Moving the payload still.
Yep. Despite losing their grab, which was amazing, please keep doing so. Incredible every single time. They are going to keep this payload moving. They're not going to be able to take B before Plat Chat regroups for another block. Absolutely. But it does look like this final fight, just like last time, is going to be within sight of control point B.
It will look like it. Jeff does not be shattered, but the Madam will have his bomb, PP will have his ult. That's a good start right now. If PP will ult early just to keep up his team so they can go a little bit more aggressive. But Pepega Parrots are backing up right now. Madam does his bomb, he's saying, but Utopia does go down, that's a great start. The bomb gets up, will be able to find nobody. He finds Magical. It looks like Plat Chat will be taken with Madam dropping extremely low. So it may look like this, but Madam in baby form did take down Nick. That's a huge start to begin with. Oh wait, does have his rally, but it's not around to pop it just yet. He does pop it now. Magical does it so, but a huge shatter. Plat Chat is back in this game. Okay, come on guys, 2-1. Plat Chat just took him out. Let's go.
Oh, that was incredible. Oh, Plat Chat just completely turned things around. Things were things were looking pretty dicey before that
God.
crazy overtime push. Everything coming up roses. Very good job from Plat Chat. Pepega Parrots did a pretty good job as well. But,
Man,
for all intents and purposes, it looks like Plat Chats, they finally figured it out. They know what's going on.
they finally figured out how to stop this Sombra. Finally, it took them 3 maps, but now they have figured it out, and that's... Oh my god, bro, I'm stressed out right now for Plat Chat, man. I thought it was almost over when they were up 2-0, but now that Plat Chat got that win, they are back in this game.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need. Exactly what they need. Like, now, I mean, the Pepega Parrots, they're too scared to run Sombra. I mean, we'll have to see. It's possible that they thought, it's King's Row. They're doing a good job on King's Row. When we end up choosing the next map, we're going to decide what ends up happening there. Which, by the way, is going to be hybrid. They have 4 maps to choose from. They have King's Row, Eichenwald, Numbani, and Hollywood. And we've already established, oh dear, the Pepega Parrots lost. That means they get to pick. That means we're almost certainly going to Hollywood if they've done the same research we have. I mean, there's no way you wouldn't do that, right? I mean,
yeah.
Plat Chat has lost 4 out of 4 times on Hollywood. They have never won it.
But this is a brand new Plat Chat. You know, they could come up. They were sandbagging, so if they come up with a brand new comp right now, Plat Chat may be able to win this. I will be back soon now because I have to use the washroom.
Okay, excellent. And while you do that, looking at these 2 teams, they have not yet. Wait, have they? No, they can't choose Rialto. Yeah, Rialto. Okay, so yeah, we're going. It looks like. So they chose Rialto. Right. Yeah, I got a little mixed up there. Sorry, I read the hybrid maps a second time. We have already done hybrid. Now we're going on to Escort, Rialto. An interesting choice because looking at the stats, Plat Chat has only run Rialto once and they won it. So this is probably going to be another situation where both teams are playing to their strengths, which it appears is Pepega Parrots' strategy. Every single case so far, they have chosen the map that they are better at. And it was working out for them at first. But now that Plat Chat has figured out their secret, is the Pepega Parrots, are they going to be able to turn this around and win the final 2 points they need? Or are we going to get a real series of it as Plat Chat turns everything around? It looks like that is what may end up happening here as they figured out what was going on with that darn Sombra on Magical. So if Magical ends up having to play Zarya, that is a different game. Zarya and Sombra bring such different things to their team that I believe Plat Chat may be on the offensive here. And I am very excited to see what ends up happening on Rialto when we move forward into it. But it does look like a bunch of people are going on a short break right now. So it looks like we will all be back probably after a few minutes to take us to our 4th map in this Plat Chat versus Pepega Parrots. The score is currently 2-1 in favor of Pepega. Don't go anywhere.
Are we on a break now?
We are.
Okay, so they can't hear us. Wow.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm ready anytime. Let's, Rialto.
Yep.
A goats heavy map, and we saw it. Plat Chat, this is the map that they won against Bob Burgers. I'm gonna try to talk quieter. I know someone did donate for me to be quiet. So
Did they?
So okay, I can still scream.
Oh yeah, no, that's my favorite part, dude. You bring so much energy to a cap. Rialto is an interesting map. I mean, that first chunk with the bridge and the bottomless pits right next to it, and then like right in the middle, there's another bridge with bottomless pits over it. It's a very interesting map. I like Rialto a lot. It may not be my favorite escort map, but it's a pretty solid pick, and I am curious to see how this ends up panning out for the Pepega Parrots. If I'm not mistaken, there were no substitutions. I think all these people were in previously.
Yeah, definitely. And we haven't seen All Mike play yet, you know. All Mike is a really good main tank, and Tofu is definitely taking his spot pretty well. But now that Jeff is kind of like playing, I would say actually played better than him last map. I feel like I would be nervous.
I just think Jeff is playing too aggressively. He's trying to bumper his way through this, and it's not working because they are heavily punishing him every time he takes one step out of position. I mean, on 3 separate occasions on King's Row, he'd take 2 steps forward, swing his hammer, and get like quadruple punished and died for it. Now, they ended up winning King's Row, but I feel like if they had played that first map defensively, that would have worked better than what they ended up doing, which was try to play it very offensively, push Jeff forward, and then Jeff died.
Yeah. So it's going to be all about who can play the better goats map. So, yeah.
And I can imagine we're going to be seeing some Annas as well. Both teams, their Annas have been amazing. Now, Plat Chat didn't have an Anna last map, but they have had Annas throughout this series, and I believe the Pepega Parrots have had an Anna every conceivable second. And both teams' Annas, they're getting so much value out of those anti-nades. Honestly, their anti-nades are like their ultimate, and their nano boosts are like a side ability that they use every so often. It's been incredible. So looking at Rialto and looking at these 2 maps, like you said, very Goats heavy map, very Reinhardt heavy map, which might be interesting because as we've seen, Tofu has had so much more success on Reinhardt than Jeff has. So we may be seeing, and that may be part of the reason that Pepega Parrots sent us here. They're like, you know what, we don't want our team to have to run Winstons and Roadhogs and all that. We want Reinhardts.
Ooh, but looking at both team composition, it does look like Plat Chat will be going for an Orisa Roadhog, and it does kind of work.
Huh. That works too.
Because there is a lot of open space, there is some leeway for these DPS players to perform. So yeah.
Yeah, Orisa can definitely pan out, and I'll be interested to see. I think this favors Plat Chat personally. I just feel like not having Tofu on Reinhardt is difficult. Now they're making the right call. Orisa's very good because they're on defense, definitely. But if I were Plat Chat, I would probably appreciate the fact that I'm not having to play Tofu's Reinhardt because he can just thread the needle on those Earth Shatters.
Definitely. It's gonna be about who can get those. Whoa, but there's a solo tank coming out from. Unless Sebs will switch. So we'll go down to if Tofu and Sebs are able to. Who can get the Rissa halt hook combo the best here? Honestly, who can get the biggest shield break? And when Seb's going down low early, should be able to get a picture, and the hook comes out, and Manimal will take down Sebs.
Poor Sebs.
The 3-man anti does come out onto Plat Chat right now, but awaits to drop in extremely low, almost 1 health. But he will get a little bit of healing, but Nick takes down not only 1, but takes down 2 with Tanic and Pew Pew. So that's a great start coming out.
Yeah, that's how you start things up. The rest of Plat Chat trying to turn around and keep this payload from moving at will, but they're not going to do so.
Low.
Who is that? Is LPN going to get out with it? Yes, failed hook. All right, that's what we're talking about.
Oh, LPN will go take him down.
All right,
that's
LPN.
a really bad stagger pick. Now,
2019
Plat Chat shouldn't be able to recontest this unless they really tried it. And a hook it is on to take it. That's a great play. And Tank doesn't even die to the Roadhog.
Man, they're honestly, they're giving this up way more than they should be. Like, okay, here we go. Never mind. Ignore what I said. No, take what I said. They pretty much just rolled through without effort. And I feel like Plat Chat could have played a little more like a unit. I feel like a lot of times they lose 2 people because nobody was in a position to block, and then you just don't have a defense. Though part of it might also be just how far forward the Pepega Parrots have pushed. Look at this. They're holding B, and the payload hasn't even crossed the bridge. I guess it has. But
and with a lot of ults coming out from Pepega Parrots, they do opt to pop the Hans ult, and it almost takes on all people. Will be able to get top.
Oh, madam.
And stun. But will he get enough healing? Yes, he does.
Yeah, no, everything's.
The nano is on.
Stay alive.
Yeah, he does get the nano, so he will be able to charge with barrage quite relatively fast. Nick trying to look for a barrage right here. See if he can get a big one, just like how Tank used to do in the Bot Breakers game and Real game. But Magical does take down Madam. That's a really huge pick to start off with. Pew Pew does have his ult with Jeff, and Tank will have his barrage. Nick looking for a barrage, but Oasis does take down Nick. That's a great start
Nice.
for them. Tank does opt to pop his barrage, but gets absolutely no one. In
Oh,
fact, he
no.
gets slept and anti. It is a barely back and forth fight, but it does favor the defense. Oasis does get taken down, so it does look like the Pepega Parrots will be capping D with a lot of time.
Yeah, no, these defenses, they're not in. Honestly, I'm not sure if Madam on Roadhog is working. I mean, Madam was just an amazing diva on the last round. I guess, to be fair, there's nothing really for diva to eat on the opposing team unless they manage to eat a dragon arrow. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just not sure about this team comp from Plat Chat.
Jeff does get a really important pick on a magical, so that's a really good start for them.
Yep, things started. No, not getting the hook.
But LPM is dropping. LPM does get anti. Nick trying to look for an opening, see if he can get picked right here. Thankfully, LPM will get topped up just in time.
Yeah, Oasis has been doing a pretty good job on McCree.
Hulk is on the Sebs, will be taken down, but Jeff is dropping extremely low. Nick does get nanoed, but so much target focus was on him, so he does get taken down. Jeff is anti and will be taken down as well. However, this does favor the defensive side, as we've seen before in the past. The Hansel does come out, but will get absolutely no one. In fact, Topi does get hooked and will get taken down. A good start, especially considering the papers considering fact papers at 5 minutes. Plat is along the way for stalling that timeout.
Yeah, Plat Chat, they finally got the defense that. And they have 6 ultimates. Oh my god. They are so ready for this upcoming push. The trick is going to be using these ultimates efficiently. Because if they blow these ults, their opponent has 3 in the tank. But for the time being, everything looked good for Plat Chat. If they could just hold for another 4 minutes.
Yeah, another 4 minutes right now. With Plat Chat does have 6 ults, but Pepega Parrots, we've seen them have really big plays with very few ults. And we need a pause coming out, please. Oasis actually pause. Yeah, we'll be able to get it up.
Alright, well that first ultimate, not horribly successful. I guess it zoned them. I mean, everybody was too scared to go touch the payload for the entirety of that Baptiste ult. So the clock is still ticking down. 4 minutes, though, that is a lot of time to hold. But also, Baptiste gets ult incredibly quickly. So long as he doesn't die or something, he should be good to go. On the opposing side, Tanic finishing off Magical tick. And in general, the fact that Pepega's not running Sombra is great for Plat Chat. I feel like these teams are so much more even now that Pepega has been too scared to run Sombra. So that's the real victory so far. Even though the Madam and Oasis were the two countering on Brigitte and Diva, they're not even playing those heroes. So the real victory here was scaring Pepega Parrots off of Sombra. And they still have 5 ultimates online and ready to go. I see Tofu's got the bongos. But the bongos are just, they don't impact the game to the same degree an Earthshatter does when you have a player like Tofu behind the character.
Mm-hmm.
Sebs with his big ultimate and Lilith. Those are some pretty big ultimates on their part. And everything is still definitely on the line. I feel like Plat Chat will determine if this is a victory or a loss.
Definitely. So it's all about who can who can just play to their abilities right now. And honestly, a lot of the ults on both sides are not really devastating. We have seen pop off. We have seen Nick and Magical pop off for those ults a few times.
Yeah, absolutely. There are some game-changing ultimates on both sides right here. I noticed that Nick has switched off of Pharah and over onto Hanzo. Probably a logical call here. Hanzo can get a lot of value in this particular part because there's a bunch of choke points to push through. So that's definitely good on his part. Opposing them, though, I mean, Tanic can get a lot of power on the Pharah, what is it called? I always call it Justice, the Rocket Barrage. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to see. People are speculating the cause of the pause. Let me be sure. Oasis was the one to call it. Oasis is still connected, so it's not an internet issue, but we'll have to see. The way pauses work in League Zero is that from the moment the pause is declared, you get 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, the game is just going to go back to being live again. So I believe he's used about 1.5 minutes of his pause. So he's still got plenty of time to sort out whatever it is that necessitated the pause. But I hope it doesn't take another 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully not, because Oasis is one of the best players on the team. And
he's been shredding. I mean, that other point where the Ana dropped from above and flash banged her and then fanned the hammer, that was awesome. I mean, who could see that coming? Just crazy McCree out of nowhere. Absolutely perfect. So that means they have 2 minutes left before we go live, whether they like it or not. Oh boy. All right. Don't do this to us. Please come back, Oace. This game is so even. I wanna see Plat Chat put up a real solid defense for the remaining 3 minutes and 55 seconds. But for the time being, everyone's looking. I would still say, I mean, they need Oace to come back, of course, but I think the advantage is for Plat Chat. 5 ultimates in the tank that are very capable of being used efficiently. Honestly, Oace is a zoning ult. Jeff, I don't know, maybe there aren't. I was going to say there were a lot of zones so they could use in the same vein as the Baptiste ult, which just scared the enemy away until it disappeared. But that's actually not the case. They only have one zoning ult, which some pro players use as a reload ult. Have you ever been watching like a Grandmaster streamer who just uses High Noon to reload? It's pretty funny.
Yeah, we're just hoping the Oace can come back. If he's not able to, then it's gonna be quite a loss for Plat Chat, especially being down 2-1 right now.
I have faith. I believe. He knows the rules. He knows that he has 5 minutes. He'll be back. You just gotta have faith. So there is 1.5 minutes left in this pause as we look at these two teams. Pendy, what shot did you land with? Because I hate to admit it, but I am staring at the ocean, so I can't tell anything. Okay, that's. Oh well, that sounds only marginally better than what I landed. At least you can see one character. At least Tannic B just finished off magical. It's like the one-liner. It's like, here's your receipt as he's reloading. Oh, come back to us, Oace. He who carried Plat Chat through the Torb 1v1. He who DPS'd his heart out on Nepal and shredded on Brigitte King's Row. And I think they played a map in between those two. Anubis, dude, he was shredding on Brigitte in Anubis. He had a couple times where he basically single-handedly stopped the team from being able to push onto the second control point. It was incredible. They need you, Oace. They have soldiers that will yield for you.
How much time is left, Pendy? Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, we're coming really close to 5 minutes, guys, so it does look like Plat Chat was going to have to play without Oace.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
All right. Well, stranger things has happened. And at any given moment, Oace can just show up and keep going. And his character's running around.
Oace is moving. I feel like he gets back. But a 4-man entity does go on to Plat Chat, so Parrots will be trying to aggress here. Tannic does get a brush and he does take down
Good
two
job,
people.
Tannic.
All supports are gone right there, but Tannic does get taken down by Seth.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Pushing players off of the point with Madam, and yet again gets one with his Roadhog, and it does look like Pepega Parrots will be backing up here.
Oh, okay. I mean, they got a lot of value.
Yeah, they got a lot of value.
But they used all of them. I mean, Pew Pew and Oace still has their ultimate, so I think things are still looking good because they actually baited a couple ultimates out of the opponent as well. So things are still looking good for Plat Chat. This is what they need to do after giving up the first 2 points blisteringly fast. They're going to have to keep this going. And also, Shund is pointing out that because of that little thing, Plat Chat does not have any more pause time. They can never pause for the rest of this game.
Solo, but he does get picked with the immortality.
For this map, that is.
Oh, just
now
this
the
map.
Nano is just on to now on the
Yeah,
second.
it's 5 minutes per
free
map.
damage. Oace gets magical. That is a start with the Oace going down. Pew Pew trying to back out, so not everyone gets staggered here. But Pew Pew will be taking out LPN. He will be able to back out just in time, and he will stay alive.
Alrighty. So yeah, no, they're not going to be able to push the payload. But they have done the lion's share of this map as they push onto this final control point. They're zoning off with dragons.
Oh my god. LPN will thankfully stay alive due to the immortality field, and he's gonna have to pop his ult just for healing, not even for damage. Just so Jeff and Madden can stay alive, and it's not even enough. PP's ult isn't even enough right now, but wait, just pop his ult. He will get nicked, so that is a start. No Hanzo on the side of Pepega Parrots right now.
This is such a hard point.
Magical also have his ult right now, and yet again, no pigs on the side of Pepega Parrots right now. In fact, Plat is winning this, even down so many people. And always getting a 2K right there that should solidify them winning this fight.
All right, yeah, no, things are looking good for them. They managed to... They had a couple of team switches in there. I don't know if they're going to stay on the Hammond or if they're going to switch over to something else. No, right back to Orisa. Totally fair. Tanic almost has another ultimate, and Tanic managed to get a double kill last time. Pharah is such a high-risk, high-reward ultimate.
Yeah, so LPN popping out immortality just so that he can stay alive. Dropping solo, but thankfully we'll be able to get Alex just in time. In terms of ults, Madam and Tanic will have his ult. Will have his ult as well, but with Madam getting hooked, he does look like he will be getting picked here, but so much healing going towards him right now. He will be able to stay alive, thankfully. Just in
When's
time.
the last time Pepega actually killed somebody?
Right there. Okay. So Waze is dropping low as well. Jeff dropping low. Tanic, the beat does come up for late. He just saw a little bit more time, so Tanic can't ult yet. But Waze does get a magical as well, so that's a good start for the team right there. Tanic does pop his ult, but we'll get absolutely nobody. Instead, he gets left. And with Tanic and Waze both down in this fight, a lot of damage on the side of Plat is gone.
Oh no!
And with no healing on the side, it looks like Pepega Parrots will finally cap this with under a minute.
And they better. They used all their ultimates to get this far. If they aren't able to push on this, if they aren't able to capture on this, they're going to have a real hard push.
That's a huge pick. No AoE healing on the side right there. Tanic just switching the Hammer just more times. With no DPS on the side of Plat right now. With PP taken down as well. They're healing. Alpine switches the more just so he can touch point right now. And he will be with Chaser on point right now. Madam is getting almost no picks well. Always switches to the emergency doom. That's the whole thing. He can get some late picks coming out. But throughout all this right now, Magical isn't back just yet.
Oh, this is taking too long.
Right now, Alpine does get taken down, and Plat is doing a really good job. It's just stalling on time right now.
Yeah, these stalls have been incredible. Remember, they started pushing under this point with 5 minutes. They're down to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So as we go into overtime,
Magical does get in on, and he will get a and now with a lot of the people dead, it does look like Pepega Parrots will be capping this point, but not over just yet. There are people still contesting it, but now it should be over. And finally,
I could not be sad if I were Plat chat. Yeah, it's a bummer to give up Rialto. Rialto is the sort of map where you aren't guaranteed to finish it. It's very difficult to push into that third and final point. But good lord, starting off with 2 really, really fast takes and then burning your entire clock to take the third point, I wouldn't be too fussed. That was still definitely well played by Plat chat, especially the crazy amounts of stagger on that third and final point. If they can complete the map with anything of a time bank, they'll have an advantage here. And I think they can do it. Honestly, the Pepega Parrots, they've had so much trouble since switching off of Sombra that honestly, Plat chat is finally looking like they have their number.
Yeah, definitely. And now that without the Sombra, Plat chat has definitely been able to solidify what they're playing now. And a lot of the issues are gone. And looking at what Plat chat's getting ready, so looking like they're going to run a 3-3 composition. If Madam does it on the Sombra, I feel like it's a good pick, especially if Pepega Parrots want to run bunker.
They're not doing it. Magical's not touching the Sombra. They're too scared. They just wow. Like I mean, I know Plat chat countered, but it was working. So are they really that scared of the opposing Sombra? But I don't know. I'm glad that Madam's running Sombra. Madam had some really good Sombra runs in previous maps. And I don't think the Roadhog, I don't think Madam's Roadhog was really working. Madam mostly just gave the enemy a bunch of ultimate and died. But for the time being, yeah, like you said, looks like the Pepega Parrots, they're doing exactly what their opponents did. Their opponents actually, oh my gosh, Jeff's on Reinhardt. They're doing something different.
Yeah,
this could go pretty crazy.
This ghost composition, if they're able to stay alive just a little bit right now. Last time they did run this against Botburger, it did take them 3 minutes just to take first point. So if Pepega Parrots can play how Botburgers did, they can definitely take this map and get a 3-1 and solidify this 3-1 win.
Look at what Plat chat's doing. They're flanking. They're pushing around the side. They're forcing the bunker to relocate.
And they did this against Botburgers, but it did not work very well for them. The only reason they actually capped point was because Plat chat used almost every single ult they had.
Yeah, no, I mean, I admire this.
And no payload's not even moving.
And they're pushing into a bunker, which is a pretty scary thing to do.
And with the immortality there, everyone's gonna get melted right now.
Yeah, you can't really counter a bunker like that. I admire their gumption, their chutzpah, but that's not how you roll.
Yeah.
So the bunker effortlessly relocates. What are they going to do now? This time they're going to push the payload. Always a good thing to do on a payload map.
Oh, finally! It took them a minute 30 to start moving payload. That should not be how long it takes just to move a.
Yeah, they gambled big and they came up 2 pair to a full house.
But Nick does pop his ult. Will he be able to find anyone? LPN does drop to half health right here, and will be taken down. That was a really good play from Nick. That's a huge pick. And now the ult coming up from Magical should
Look out, Jeff.
this hold again. 2.5 minutes down the clock, and they've just hit choke point.
Oh man, this Bastion's having a field day, just shredding. And this bunker has not broken, and I don't blame him. I usually run bunker and ladder because it's just so difficult for even a coordinated team to figure out what they're going to do to push this.
And looking at the ults, Plat only has 1 ult to work with, and on the side of Pepega Parrots, they're going to have almost 4 ults.
All right, let's try it again. Let's push around the side. I hope it worked better for them than it did last time. It doesn't appear to be, but the fact that they have the payload...
Oh, Madam does get DMAX here again. So much damage is being done, and now everyone on the side of Pepega Parrots have to play under them. They've been stuck on this call for so long, but finally Oasis gets a pick on the back piece. That's a huge pick, and now they have something to work with, especially with PP having his ult coming soon. The bomb gets out, will it get blocked? No, it does not, but they're able to hide away from it just in time.
This is good, this is good. This is what they need to have happen.
Yeah, but
They
look
still
how much
gotta
time
worry
has been
about the
wasted. Like,
But for the
Jeff
time being,
has
this
to-
payload is just going to keep rolling for the time being.
and now,
Oh, no.
the ult is just going to separate them even more and more. And man might even get DMAX here. They have to pick off him, Nick here, and they finally do, but Jeff does get taken out, and the res will happen on Nick again.
No. Madam gets
So
D-mech'd
unfortunate.
again. They managed to take out Sebs' mech for what it's worth, but they're going to have a double boosted ulting Bastion raining
Oh my
death
god,
from
so many
above.
ults on the side of Pepega Parrots right now. They're doing so much damage. LPM trying to stay alive, but will get picked. Madam does take down Tofu though, so as a start. Such a sloppy fight as we saw in the Bot Burgers game. But finally, I think Plat won this. And I said this in Countdown. Man, Plat struggles against Bunker. They do not know how to counter, and they showed it right there. Took 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, they have 3 minutes to push on to this final point. It's almost impossible for them to finish the map faster after how long it took them to take that first point. They'd have to blitz through what's remaining. I don't even think that's possible. But the way you start that off is by doing exactly what your opponent did to you, pushing in onto point B at least as much as they can. Looks like they're going to actually pull back just a little bit. They got the payload over the bridge. That is the first thing they need to have happen, and they're going to continue pushing around this corner. I notice that Nick has switched off of Bastion onto Pharaoh, which is going to give them more of an aerial superiority, and it might be difficult because there are not a lot of characters.
Yeah, all over here characters can do that. Sorry to cut you off. The ult does come up from Magical to get a little bit more space. And Pupa has been holding this ult for a long time, and the grab does get out on both Nick and Lilty right now, and only Lilty gets down. But without the healing, without people healing Nick, he should be taken out here, but he's still alive and really close to his barrage. And will opt to actually might be able to get out. But no, yeah, he's still alive. Tofu is the one that gets taken out, and Nick is almost still alive throughout all this. Enough time for Pupa to actually heal him. How did Nick survive that?
I'm not sure, but while Nick was surviving, the payload take B. Not quickly enough to give Jeff a forward spawn, but he's going to be back quickly enough. And now things are kind of looking up for them. 3.5 minutes, not great, but that's definitely enough time for them to end not in overtime.
Yeah.
So if they play their cards properly, they can finish things off faster and start
Banana,
overtime at advantage.
Yeah, so then it goes on to Jeff, but Nick gets a huge barrage taken on LPN. That's a great play coming out from Nick, but he's dropping extremely low and does get taken out, but without a lot. LPN, there's not much of an opening, but that's why I always say that. Jeff gets 3-minute shatter, enough to almost win the fight for them. Will Jeff be able to block the shatter? Yes, he will be able to, but but LPN will get DMAX here, but he has the bomb just to get his mech back faster.
Oh.
Nick is dropping extremely low, will not get healing from Lil Thief. And in fact, will get taken down, and with 2 minutes 40, the Pacha is nearing really close to this win, and Jeff gets 2 people right there in that fight. So Jeff is in a really good position.
Turnaround.
Pacha is in a really good position to win this now, especially with time.
I'm not. Yeah, I know that was incredible. I thought they lost.
Jeff gets magical as well, and now Jeff will be taking Tofu, and does look like Pacha will be tagging this. But the pairs will look to stall here. Madam is dropping low. People should look to beat here just so that Jeff and why is people not opting to beat yet? Everyone, but no,
Yes!
never mind.
There we go.
Finally, and with 2 minutes, let's go.
Not wasting any time. That was crazy. Wow,
But the parents had to give up a fight there.
What is going on with the Parrots? I thought they had. I mean, they were looking so commanding in the first 2 maps. Now they're looking at an overtime where they're going in with over a minute less than their opponent.
Mm-hmm. And wow, 2 minutes 12 cap time is quite big, especially almost being full held on first point.
I know they made a mountain out of a molehill, Plat by turning that around into a commanding advantage. I mean, they almost looked like they weren't even going to take A. But once they broke the bunker, which they had some serious trouble doing, they were way more comfortable with any other composition that the Pepega Parrots tried to push forward onto them. And actually, since they are leaving spawn and cannot easily switch, they are choosing to run goats. They are not going to bunker comp for this upcoming fight. They just want to face them head on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Parrots will actually play goats on attack, and I feel like when you're this low and when you have this less time, honestly, the smart thing to do is run goats just so that you can have more ult to work with. And I love what Plat is doing. They're actually hiding so that they can actually take the Pepega to his prize. And I doubt that Pepega Parrots will actually be ready for this. However, if Nick did have sightline, they should be able to see that they were hiding there.
We'll have to see. Pepega Parrots is like, it's quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet, and now everyone comes out, but Oasis, Jeff, and people are dropping extremely low. But will there be any picks on the outside? Oasis is dropping low, but Jeff just taking all those. He got a great pick. No AoE healing on the side. Alpine does get taken out from Whip Shot, though. And when Tinnick taking out Pupio, when Madam getting DMAC, I feel like that was a really bad play by Plat because we weren't able to get enough surprise back from them. In fact, they just ended up giving more ult charge to them.
Yeah, no, for the most part, that didn't particularly work out for them. I'm surprised that themselves to avoid giving ultimate charge away.
But it does give them another fight to work.
That's true. They're going to be able to regroup. The payload is not going to effortlessly push onto point A. And with 13 seconds left, it's probably not going to go much further before the upcoming team fight.
Yeah.
So they've got a pretty good chance here at stopping this payload from completing much further in the map. But they're going to need to start moving on right now as overtime shows up.
Ooh, Jeff dropping really, really low right now. He can't be aggressive. The Shatter gets out, but gets only Madam with it. Will he get DMAC? No, not. The chance has to be just so that Tofa can stay alive. And yet, with Tofa does get taken alone. Both main takes are down in this fight. And with the bomb team out, they should solidify the fight if someone dies from it. And a does that, but Lilthi is really, really, really low right now. However, Plat is not out of this fight just yet. Magical is the roll right now, but Madam will get taken down, will get DMAC. So it looks like Pepega Parrots will be capping first point.
They'll be capping the first point, and then they're going to continue to keep rolling after that. But this is escort. Even when you cap, overtime's not over yet. Jeff having to roll back. Oh, Jeff, don't die right now. Your team needs you.
Jeff cannot die. He's gonna get, if he does, he's mega staggered here.
All right, they're not going to do so. And the payload's going to continue rolling over this bridge, probably going to do so effortlessly as Plat Chat tries to decide where they want to hold. I'm a little surprised at how far back they're holding. Unless they're going to hold at this upcoming corner, that's a lot of free distance. But here we go. Yep, they are going to actually hold at this expected corner.
Oh, that was a really good Shatter combo.
Perfect.
Right when Tofa had to turn around, Jeff Shatter. This should win Plat at the fight with 2 down already with the Waste taking 1 Madam going down. But however, if I was Pepega Parrots, I'd be extremely happy. You're able to break that first choke point. Some teams really struggle on that. I saw with Plat. So, man, if Pepega Parrots can have a really strong first point, they can be taking this 3-1 series lead. And if they do that, they probably win the championship.
It could absolutely have been worse. Yeah, no, the Pepega Parrots pushed as far as they needed to. And honestly, the onus right now is on Plat Chat. I mean, I'm going to assume that the Pepega Parrots are going to run bunker again because they had some smashing success on bunker in this point A take. And so what is Plat Chat going to pull out to counter that? I guess it's possible that Pepega plays it safe and goes for goats, but I don't know. If I were them, I would probably run bunker just because they had such a good run of it the first time.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that we haven't seen really like Plat run a lot of cyber dives, so they can't really rely on that to break bunker. Instead, they rely on goats and building up ults. And it took Jeff almost 4 minutes to build up Shatter.
Yeah. 3 minutes and 12 seconds, though. It's a pretty healthy amount of time. I think that's enough time that if they can replicate their success from the first, like take forever on point A, like they probably could still push the payload the distance that the payload is gone. So things are not down and out for Plat Chat at the moment. They have a very good shot right now of equalizing this series if just a couple things go their way. But it's going to depend on them beating bunker with goats, that's a pretty scary hand to be dealt.
Yeah, and Plat can't do what they did last time, where they didn't opt to move payload. They have to move payload as much as they can right now, and they're all just crouching behind payload so that the Bastion cannot do any damage at all. And this is what you have to do.
Yeah, it's messy business, but
but Nick, we'll get 2 people and we'll get it. But as you said before, Plat will have 3 minutes, so as long as they build up their ults, they should be fine.
Yep, nothing wrong with that upcoming push. Unfortunately, they gave a lot more ultimate charge to the opponent. Going to happen when fighting bunker. Like, there's just not much you can do about that. But I mean, this is a kind of a tall order going forward. You can't hide behind payload this time. So it looks like they're electing to flank around the side, which is a fair choice. But there's going to be a bunker waiting for them too.
Trying to outgo bunker is one of the hardest things. And right now, Plat is doing a decent job at it, you know. But with Jeff's shield almost going down really soon right now, they're gonna have to back up, and Jeff does get taken out again.
Oh, Jeff!
You know, they're relying too much on Ghost to take this down. They have to run something more like a cyber dive here.
Yeah, no, I mean, it worked last time. They did manage to defeat bunker with Ghost.
3 minutes, 3 minutes and a half.
Yeah, honestly, if they can just beat this, I think they've got such a great shot for completing the entire map. They just have to take out this darn bunker, and they have no characters in a position to do that.
Yeah, and Tannic dropping down so low.
Staying alive, though.
Baptiste ult gets out, but PP and LPM double tap their ults here, so that's good. And
no. They're meeting them head on. I'm really scared. You can do it
as well.
Start things off with the rally. That's how you start things off.
And now PP may have to ult here just so that everyone's topped up, and that's what he should be. When he says he's opting to save it.
All right, the bomb did not actually kill anybody.
But Nick's actually out of position now. This is a great start for Plat here if they want to take this map.
Well, that went much better for them than the last time they faced up. Oh, they got it. Both support heroes going down.
And finally, Plat is outgoes bunker. Although it took a long time, they did it slowly but surely.
They did what they had to do. They're almost certainly going to be this point in overtime as well, with 50 seconds on the clock, but things are looking so good for them. They have 3 ultimates, 2 more ultimates are coming up after that. Their opponents are swapping heroes. I was just making sure they had somebody on cart so it continued to roll, but look at this, they're bringing the fight to them.
And that was a smart grab, because they had no support else to work with. They just early grabbed, and that's a full team wipe right there.
Perfect.
Lilty has to try touch point, and he might be able to.
Yeah, who's even in a position to stop this? Is anyone?
Lilty.
You got LPN. Oh, this is not good. Earth Shatter gets nobody.
Pew has to pop his ult just so everyone stays alive here. But Magical does get taken out. Lilty does get taken out as well.
Alright.
Nick does switch down to a fire just so he get dead. And right then, looks like Plat will be tying this series. Unfortunately for Breaker Bears, I really thought Breaker Bears had them in the back, especially considering how strong their they played with their bunker. It's looked like super strong, but unfortunately weren't able to solidify the win.
Yep, so strong that Bastion gets play of the game, but really my favorite moment, right, Lilith, the only person alive for the Pepega Parrots, managing to score a boop on the opposing Moira. That was incredible. That was great. I love Lucio so much. Both teams did really good there. And oh man, Plat chat, they must feel so pumped right now. It is 2-2. The score is tied. This is the actual half because, I mean, we're not going to have a halftime, but if we did, it would be right now because both teams are 2-2. Everybody's tied. And everybody looking at what's going to happen next. Speaking of what's going to happen next, do we go back to control after this? Awesome. Yeah. So, round 2 for control.
Tie. And yeah, Plat brought it back. I'm really proud of them. But Pepega Parrots, I thought they had them in the back, but you shouldn't count Pepega Parrots out. They have a really good shot of winning this, and with a lot of and seeing how they played control, they could definitely take a 3-2 series lead here.
They definitely can. They have a very commanding control. And Plat chat has historically suffered on control. They don't win control very often. They didn't win control game, and because Pepega lost, they get to choose what map they go to. They could send us right back to Nepal, but they're not. They're actually choosing to send us to Lijiang Tower, which I'm always excited about. I love Lijiang Tower.
Just to clarify, they actually couldn't send us back to Nepal because they're not.
Oh, really? You can't pick the same map twice?
Nope.
Good to know.
Be a new map. As long as it's in the map pool, though, it's all right.
Awesome. All right. Oh, off to Nepal. I'm sorry, off to Lijiang Tower. Lijiang Tower is probably my favorite mostly because you see so many unusual, not unusual, but like you see Widows, and you see Hammonds, and there's Lucio's getting boop kills, and it's just a crazy cluster cuss of a map.
Yeah. A lot of potential. There is a few maps that are goats heavy on Lishon, but majority it is DPS based. Affair is really shiny here, and looking how Nick and Magical are playing this DPS comp, I think Pepega actually gonna win this. They're running their DPS comp really, really well, and Pepega haven't put themselves into this is probably the best position for Pepega to actually take a 3-2 series lead right here. They have to win this map.
Yeah, no, and I think the pressure is on. Because Tanik's going to want to play Pharah. It's Lijiang Tower. Of course you're going to play Pharah. But last time, he's got to remember that when he played Pharah on Nepal, he got completely stomped by the long-range hit scan and Hanzos on Pepega Parrots. So does he play Pharah? Does he play something else? Not sure. We're going to have to see. But considering how well they've been doing, also remember there was on Nepal, and it looks like for whatever reason, Pepega Parrots doesn't feel comfortable playing Sombra anymore. So actually, I actually think Plat Chat has got a really good opportunity to take this and take the lead in this series.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking up Pepega Parrots ran that fair composition, exactly what they did on Nepal, they should be taking this map. Or if they want to play Sombra Genji dive, as we've seen before, they can also do that as well. But if there's, as you said before, a lot of pressure on Tank to actually play up to expectations.
Absolutely, and yeah, no, we've seen some good Genji. The Pepega Parrots had some very commanding Genji also. I feel like the Pepega Parrots have more options available to them. Yeah, look, see, we got Tanik on Pharah. Though, opposing them, only Magical is on Widow. And honestly, Widow does counter Pharah, but it's difficult, especially if you have a Mercy flying around keeping them alive. Looks like the biggest change... Oh, no, here we go. Oh, man, Nick's on Doomfist now. Actually, I think Pharah might have been a really good pick for Tanik, considering the DPS that Pepega Parrots are running. But we'll have to see. I see both teams pushing right into the center, not wasting any time with flanks. I suppose you could count the Pepega Parrots as flanking, but everybody, all roads lead to the control point.
Pepega Parrots is opting to go right side, and Plat is going left side right here. So it's going to be about who can take that point presence first, and it looks like Pepega Parrots are going to be the first one taking it, solidifying their spot on this control point right now. Tank has to get angles to take this out. With a lot of them playing on the other side of point, Tank doesn't have a lot of sights to actually deal damage in this position. But Nick does get taken out really low right now. Steps is slept right now, so that's almost 1% out of the fight during this right now. But the Winston does wake him up, and Jeff is one
Jeff,
taken out. A huge pick coming from the Pepega Parrots. This is a really good way for them to cap this point right now. Madam is dropping extremely low LPN, trying to keep him as much as possible. When he's getting super CC'd right now, it's almost impossible to keep him up. Always has to get big picks here, but Pepega Parrots will be capping this first point.
Did you see how close they were to taking Tonic out of, or Tofu out of the story as well? But oh no, all these kills coming up Pepega. They're going to hold the point with change after this. Did they just use Nano on Jeff? Why would they do that? Okay, well, there goes that Nano. I am not sure why they committed Nano to that fight.
That Nano was really interesting.
Were they hoping Jeff would get ultimate, and then what?
I think it was a misclick, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Alright, but they're going to have to make that up, because that's one less ultimate they have to work with. Their opponents has 4 ultimates, almost 6 to be perfectly honest. Everybody's going to have ultimate very soon. So, pressure on Plat Chat, but the pressure's been on them multiple times in this series, and most of those they've managed to turn it around. So we're going to have to see. For the time being, Pepega looking happy. Jeff is going to commit himself into this push.
Gets out, will he get anyone? No, wastes the huge pick Magical. Main tank will get taken out again. This is another huge play coming out from the Pepega Parrots down to main tank. So no main tank presence coming out, and with Seb's going down with Tanik's ult being completely negated. Pepega Parrots of never haven't put this the best chance the Pepega Parrots have to actually capping this point.
Nope, yep, they are going to hold on to it, no questions asked. 66%. They are 2/3 of the way there to holding this point. Nothing that the Plat Chat have tried has worked even remotely. Jeff switching over to Reinhardt.
Smart play to go goats here now. Go left side. A lot of these DPS, they can like push you around, but they can't really do enough damage to actually take you down. Especially Magical. Ghost is a huge counter to Widow. Unless your Widow can hit shots consistently, this is Plat Chat should be finally capping this point now. And with the Pokemon going down, there's gonna be no main tank presence on the side of Pepega Parrots. However, Pepega Parrots do have a chance of still not out of this just yet. But Plat needs to cap this point now, especially when it's reaching 99-0. And if I was picking first, I would be happy, you know? You switch to Ghosts, and you can also switch to Ghosts right here if you want to get some extra ultimates. And you also consider the fact that you got to 99%, that's really huge.
That is. They're going to have to replicate that feat by holding on to the point for 99% themselves if they hope to complete this. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but look at the ultimate percentages on both teams. They're going to have to survive a couple ultimates before they can build up any of their own.
And Nick switching to Pharah and Magical going Reaper. This is a huge counter that can be played. However, you gotta use your ultimates correctly here. Gold has a lot of sustain. If you can't kill them in this position, let alone the Pharah, then Pepega Parrots have put themselves in a better position to win this.
Yeah, definitely. Very good comp switches here. Starting things off with a Diva Bomb.
The bomb comes out, but always does get picked off. He was pincered too much. Lilty is anti. May get picked off here. No, he's not. He's able to get topped up from his support. Nick getting Tannic. Jeff going down. Alpium does have his nano, but will not be able to use it.
No way. Yeah, there's nobody left. That's all she wrote for this particular point. I don't see anybody unless Oace wants to. Can he?
Oace miraculously touches just in time.
Touch it, Tannic.
No! Unfortunately, he was slept just off point.
Oh, that was perfect. So well played from the Pepega Parrots right there with the crowd control. And that's step one. And I mean, once again, Plat Chat, they just don't have an answer for control. It took them too long to capture the point. Now, this particular map, what is this? Lijiang Tower Control Center. This is probably better for them. Because this is kind of the more unique map on Lijiang Tower. The other one, Night Market plays very similar to the map we were just on. So this is really the one chance Plat Chat has to take a point back and send us to a point 3 here on Lijiang Tower.
The next two maps can be Ghost majority, however, we've seen a lot of DVS, but looking at what the team's running, looks like Magical will go back to Somber Ghost, and if he's able to use Somber how he did in the first two maps, I don't see Parrots not taking this map. They have literally been obliterating them right now. Plat Chat is on their bread and butter right now with Ghost composition. If they can use it to their advantage, they are not out of this fight just yet. The Magical's in the back and trying to disrupt, and they're already 26. Force chance to get away. And with two AHs coming on the side of Plat Chat.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
right now, and on a Jeff, but when you get hacked and all that, too much.
Jeff plays so aggressively, and it so rarely works out for his team. I understand it. I understand wanting to take the, but I mean, he was just taking so much damage there, especially because he wouldn't hold his shield up. And Pepega Parrots going to take the point and set things up to finish off Lijiang Tower if they can just do what they did on the previous map. They have an ultimate advantage too. Look at how close Magical. But for the time being, looks like they're going. Actually, interesting flank. So Magical has EMP, LPN has EMP on Plat Chat's side, but that's not going to do much if that EMP comes out. Oh, they saw Magical and killed her off.
Yeah, they got a huge pick on the match, and now Jeff Plat Chat not able to get anybody with left. There is a potential for him to get a huge tower, but he's not able to. Madam is injured right now. He's dropping extremely low right now. A huge grab kill, but Reaper will have his speed just in time to keep everyone topped up. Magical's not back yet, so the EMP will not be used just yet. Plat Chat has to win this fight before Magical comes back and EMPs. However, no picks are coming out, and Jeff gets EMPs. And with anti onto him, it should look like until it gets like that, another shatter.
How did he get that so fast?
Well, it was because of the grab. He built it up so fast when everyone was grouped up in that grab.
All right, well, everything coming up aces for the Pepega. 61%. They look like they're going to be able to hold it completely. Both teams, nobody has an ultimate online right now. Slight ultimate advantage for Plat Chat though. If they can push in, there's not a lot of time for them, but they have a window of opportunity.
They have to cap here. They have to.
Yeah, we're getting into last fight territory here.
Ooh, a grab just came out, but Alpine gets a huge pick on the Nick. That's what you. But I'm not opting to actually pop his ult. But if a Soul Shatter gets on to Jeff, would Jeff hit it? Would Jeff left here? There's gonna be absolutely no follow up when Tanner getting down. There's like Pepega Parrots will be taking a 3-2 series lead in this, unless Plat Chat comes up with something miraculous comeback here.
Yeah, I can't see it. Poor Jeff. Rest in peace.
Will that bomb get anybody? Yes, it does. It gets both support right now. Pew Pew is on point with Madam right now. If we're able to solve enough time for the reinforcements to come back, they can definitely swing this fight for Plat Chat to come back. And finally gets down, but finally Jeff and finally reinforcements are back, and with Tinnig approaching his ult, and Jeff taking down Tofu, there is potential for him for Plat to take the fight. And with Tank taking down Nick, that is a beautiful fight coming out for them. And Jeff does get taken out here. The grab does
Tank has to stay alive.
Set solo finally. Oh wait, does get taken out. It's such a back and forth fight right now. If it wasn't for Madam's bomb, they would not even be in position with Magical getting close to ZMP. It does look like even if Plat wins this fight, next fight they're gonna have to deal with EMP and with EMP shattered.
Oh yeah, so
no! Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
That was terrifying. They almost C9'd, but they didn't. They took the point. It's building up, but like you said, this upcoming push, it's going to involve an EMP Earth Shatter, one of the deadliest things ever. So
unless Always can cancel this EMP, I don't see Plat winning this, and they're just giving away point right now.
We'll have to see it.
And if he goes to steps right now, and the Shatter does take down Alpian and Always, he may not even be used here. And if 5-man EP gets out, then that should solidify the win for Pepega Parrots right now. The beat comes out just for not enough people alive for the beat to be effective right now.
It's not over yet.
He is able to take down 3 people. Madam does take down 1, so that is a start. Tannic is so close to his grab, but he's not really even using it. Yes, he is able to use it, but there's gonna be literally no follow up at all. Jeff decides to switch to the Ryan now when everyone's dead.
Yeah, an unusual choice. I'm not sure why you would do that, but
Jeff gets the nano though, but is getting severely melted right now. Oh, Tannic is just gonna spin to win right now, but does get slept right now. He's trying to stay alive, but so much damage on the side right now. It does look like Pepega Parrots will be taking a 3-2 seriously.
Yep. That Graviton preventing anybody from Ninja second. And so that is going to go the way of Pepega Parrots. Pretty expected. Plat Chat historically does not have a lot of success on control points. So going forward, they're going to see if they can change things around on Assault, the other map type that they lost to Pepega earlier in this series. But it's 3-2. They cannot lose Assault. If Assault goes the way of Pepega, that's game. So the good news is Plat Chat's going to get to choose what map they want to go to. And their choices this time are Horizon, Hanamura, Volskaya. Difficult choices all around, to be perfectly honest. They haven't had a lot of luck on any of them.
I think should run Volskaya here. It's Ghost heavy, and their Ghost is doing pretty good against Pepega Parrots right now. And being 3-2 down, they're not out of this fight just yet.
I'm worried. I'm worried about the Sombra. Pepega Parrots has decided to go back to Sombra, and they're like, oh look, it still works. So just because they weren't able to get any Sombra on the previous 2 maps, I think they're going to play Sombra into this upcoming map. And I hope that Oasis and Madam can continue countering the Sombra to the degree that they are, because if they can't, that Sombra is just going to keep EMPing them. And every time they EMP, the Pepega Parrots usually wins the fight. It does appear that we are going to Hanamura as our next map. I like Hanamura.
This is the map they lost to Rio, though, so unless they've actually fixed the mistakes, they could potentially lose, and Pepega Parrots may take this series 4-2.
Well, remember, the Plat Chat, they chose Hanamura. They got to go here. They must know something we don't. Hanamura is a map that tends to go into draws. That's why people call it Drawnamura. It also, because the problem is, it doesn't really facilitate second point captures. There's other maps like Anubis. Anubis loves like steamrolling second and completing, but it's really difficult to do that on Hanamura just because of how far you have to push and how easy it is for the opposing team to just run up onto that second floor and just stare down at the point and rain damage onto you. And see, the other thing I'm a little worried about, Hanamura, bunker map. I mean, they must know they're going to see bunker.
But the thing with this map though is that you can literally just go with goats. You can just go under that archway. As you can see, there's a small little walk right there, and just go right straight to point. So
that's true. You can run straight underneath the bunker if you feel like it, and then there's really nowhere. So you are right that maybe that's why they're like, all right, our opponent's going to run bunker. Let's do a map that gives us a really obvious counter to bunker. So we are going to have to see how that works out. They're going to start things off with a bunker of their own. And I'd say based on the team comp for the Pepega Parrots, they see this bunker coming and they're more than ready for it. No Sombra noticeably. So I'm interested to see if the Pepega Parrots do any character swaps once they realize that they've got Pharah Bunker, which is actually kind of an unusual combo. We've been seeing a lot more than we used to.
But so it's bunker. If they're able to keep up all the tanks before this, they're not even running Cyber Dive here. They're just gonna rely a lot on Nanoblade or Next, okay, smart play.
Now they are.
Again. Yeah, counter this bunker.
I don't blame them. Plat Chat has had some trouble with the Sombra. I mean, they actually they don't have a Brigitte or a Diva to counter said Sombra. I'm not sure. Can they? Oh, I guess they have a Diva. Can they do that much to stop these EMPs when they happen?
Let's see. The Immortality does go on. Magical dropping a female. Magical waste the spare. Right? However, Nick is on point right now, building up his EMP. He's right 30% to it. Magical and Nick are in 1-1 right now, but Madam does take down Nick right there. That's a huge pick coming out. With Madam and Elfin dropping really low, there is a win opportunity for the Parrots to take this back, but with Tannic taking on Schaffler, they don't take down Wolf. Okay, they do take down Leo. Finally, they're stabilized.
Yeah, Mercy's just going to res that. LPN back, can use the jump boots to get up there. Pretty much everything went the Plat Chat's way in that particular fight. I wouldn't be too fussed if I were Plat Chat for that. They have an ultimate online for this upcoming push. I mean, what else is Pepega supposed to do except push in again and try to build up ultimates this time?
Yeah, and they're only 50% to 2 minutes almost gone here. Plat Chat's is doing pretty good right now for the time being. And no shield right now. Tannic Beast dropping signal with an anti coming here from Big Birds. That's a huge play coming here from Big Birds. They're going to team up without even having to use EMP or Genji Blade there. And if I'm Plat Chat, I'm going to have to be really, really, really nervous coming to this next fight.
Yeah, that bunker is broken. They are going to take point A. I don't think you can't even stagger that. You can't swap to a quick hero and even get back in time. That is a full take for the Pepega Parrots going into the next point B. Now the good news is for Plat Chat, they cannot sweep. They can't sweep right into B without Plat Chat being more than ready for them. They're actually keeping the Baptiste.
I assume for their all just so that when the EMP does come out, they can heal a little bit more. But EMP Nano Blade is like unstoppable.
Yeah, they don't have a counter right now to EMP Nano Blade, and Nano Blade's going to be live in now 0 seconds. So I'd be pretty scared if I were Plat Chat. They don't really have it. And here it comes.
The Nano Blade comes out and it does get it, but the bomb does come out. Will it be able to catch Sophie here?
Oh, it did.
That's what it does. And that should be enough to win this fight. That was really nervous for Plat Chat there.
That was a super clutch bomb. Good lord.
I don't understand though. Why did they pop the EMP? Oh, I think they're switching to Ghosts now and gonna opt to just use the EMP with the Ghosts. That may be a smart decision.
Nick gets EMP so quickly.
I don't know. Like, if I was them, I would have opted to EMP Genji Nano Blade. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. At least their time bank's still looking good. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to sniff at. They can get some ultimates up. And also, you're right. Now they have EMP Bomb. EMP Bomb, they use that to such a great effect on Anubis, the other assault map. So if they can pull off a pretty healthy EMP Bomb, they'll be good to go.
Yeah, definitely. And they have to make this EMP effective though. But the bomb does come out and the EMP should be coming out here. And yeah, Jeff is taken down. But thankfully only one person was taken out. But with Madam also getting DMAC'd here, that is a big Plat Chat is in a really rough position. Alpine is opting to pop his ult just so everyone stays alive. And with the supercharger coming out just for extra healing, it does look like Plat Chat may be able to stabilize here. But with Awais getting hacked and getting taken down being on the low ground, Plat Chat needs a miracle. And miracle there is. Jeff takes down Traveler with a huge pick. And with Jeff having a shatter, you may not even have to use it right here with 2 picks coming out. And not even a tick taken by the Pepega Parrots here. Plat Chat playing like a brand new team on this point.
Wow, yeah, no, everything turned out for them. I thought they were hosed. I'm going to be honest, I keep sitting here wondering why do they still have the Baptiste? But that Baptiste was huge right there with the Immortality Field and firing a bunch of Healy grenades through his own ultimate to keep this solo fighting Awais Brigitte alive. Everything worked out perfectly for them. That being said, it does look like Baptiste is switching to something else. I don't blame him. And it looks like they're doing what you suggested, having a Zenyatta Lucio. Of course, there's no Sombra now to counter.
Yeah, that's what you really want. You want those extra 2 support ults to work with. Trans is one of the best ultimates, and I would say it's probably better over Ana. A huge shatter! 2 people, although not as
perfect.
2 very important tanks are taken down, and a Madam! That grab shatter combo and with the grab shatter combo with the devault was almost perfect there. And now they're just gonna keep staggering out Sebs right here. Seb's trying to get out. Oh, he will be able to die probably here until Peter boops him off the edge.
RIP. Wow, Madam, absolutely coming up crazy. We've got some Pichu level bombs coming out from Madam. Just like every time the ults, there's like 1 or 2 kills, and that is exactly what Plat Chat needs right now. They've managed to burn half of the time off the clock. Only 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They've equalized ultimates. They have 2 support ultimates, and the Pepega Parrots have 2 tank ultimates.
Yeah. But this is their time to win this. Plat Chat hasn't even given up a tick yet. They're playing this perfectly. And with PPU having his ult, and LPM should be able to this fight, PPU does ult, but not able to get Madam as Tofu did block the healing with his shield just in time.
Poor Tofu. Tofu's looking for a chance to fire patented Earth Shatters, but he doesn't get them because Jeff is too powerful. That being said, things are suddenly looking good for the remaining members.
Huge picks right now. LPM does have a keep everyone alive and to contest point a little bit longer. A single tick hasn't even been taken just yet, and with Madam contesting point, he's giving enough time for Jeff to come back. But LPM is going to be good to drop down here, and Jeff just kind of went in and just died.
Oh, Jeff.
However, they were able to stall out the time for under a minute. If Plastic can stall out with no time left, they have put themselves in a great position to probably take this map.
And they knocked Brigida onto the basement, so that it'll take her time to get. But they're in full.
Panic died with 99 to his grab though. Jeff just kind of charging and hoping to kill someone. It's not really working well for him right now.
Oh,
and Shatter
no.
gets out, kills 2. Man, the people in Plat Chat should be switching to stall right now, but they're still staying with this Gold's composition.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe they. I don't know. I can't think of a reason.
I don't know, but a solo grab does get onto Lilith, hoping to see if they can get a pick right there. Tannic does not even have his bubble to stop it. With 14 seconds left, Pega Parrots will cap with time. Oh, I'm really unfortunate.
All right.
But thankfully, Pega Parrots were able to cap with time. That is huge for them, considering the fact now that if Plat Chat does cap, they have something to work with.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say both teams are pretty happy with that. If I were on Pepega, I'd be like, we capped with time. And if I were on Plat Chat,
I'm happy for them. Finally, it took them a long time to break it, but now you have something to work with.
Perfect. And I mean, here's the really scary part. We're gonna have Pepega on bunker. I mean, maybe they don't run bunker. They've surprised us a couple, but I'm going to assume that they're going to run bunker.
Yeah.
And then a lot is going to be riding on Plat Chat being able to break that bunker quickly and give themselves an equal time bank for point B. Hanamura is the sort of map you need as much time as you possibly can get to take B, because I mean it's draw Nomura. It's so easy to not end up taking that last point.
So right now, Plat Chat, they put themselves captain. So, man, they have put themselves in a good position, and if they're able to cap with time, man, that'll be a really good position for them. But regardless of the cap time or not, they will have another.
Interesting. Looks like they're not running bunker. They're running 2-2-2 with Junkrat McCree. Interesting. I see Madam has switched over to Sombra. They want to get some hacks on their side as well. Totally understandable. Sombra Goats versus 2-2-2. This is and the 2-2-2 is on defense. That is interesting.
Very interesting, I would say. Well, if they're able to, if Magical does get the key picks, especially on if Madam does stay with the Sombra, if they get the key picks on the Sombra, or maybe Madam's just scouting, but if Magical gets the key picks, they should be able to win this. And if Nick does a lot of damage, especially with his Riptire, this could potentially be first point cap. It's first one hold for Pega Parrots.
I could definitely see it. We got Madam doing some scouting and running straight into a Junkrat. Oh, good.
Thankfully, he's able to go just in time, and Madam does switch to. So, thankfully, they're not running a bunker comp. I'm surprised that they're not running a bunker. Bunker's really strong. And, like, right now, Nick is trying to get some ult charge, and he's ready 32 his ult, just taking a little bit of poke. And, yeah, they're speeding right underneath. This is what you gotta do. But LPM!
Oh no! Look out!
He was so clutch right there. Loyalty does get taken down. I would take that trade any day. I'll take a main healer for off healer any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And now they're forcing
the Pew does get hooked. Only a waste soul healing right now, and somehow the Pega Parrots are able to take it back just in the verge of time.
Wow, things are looking so good for the Plat Chat right until the end there.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it will take Lilith some time to come back. But it looks like you will be able to come back just in time for the first team.
That sucks. They didn't even get the first point, or the first tick. They were so close, too. But yeah, no, the pseudo bunker regrouping up onto that point. You know, it's actually kind of interesting because they're playing like a bunker.
They are. They're all bunkering up right now, and they're all moving points. And the ult comes come out from Nick. Oh, they able to get it. No, they're not. And they down 2 people with the DMAC as well. 1 ult, 1-1 fight. That was perfect play by them.
They're just giving up a bunch of ultimate charge again. Look at those ultimate percentages on Pepega Parrots. They're commanding.
And this might be the verge. This might be the verge where Plat Chat ends. 2.5 minutes left till Pepega Parrots take the season 1 champion. I'm getting hyped up now, man. The Pega Parrots have the opportunity to end this right here, right now, with a 4-2 victory. They're doing perfectly right now with almost no ults on the Plat side right now. They're so close to taking the season 1 Novice Championship right here, right now.
So much is riding on these upcoming pushes. The Plat chat, they've got to build up some ultimates. They've got to push under
right now. They are rotating very, very well right now. Magical does pop his ult, but should not be able to get anybody. No, it does not, but it does take down Jeff's shield. So no shield present. Sebs doesn't get down. Finally, the picks out Plat chat needs, but Wiz dropping down to single digits.
That's how you start.
Finally, Plat chat.
Yeah, here come the kills. And wow, you know, they actually might be able to push straight onto B. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god, but 2 picks on the side of Pega Parrots. Oh my god. With a DMAC. Oh my god, that was too close. Right?
There it is.
It's way too close though.
4 minutes and 30 seconds going forward onto this next push. They have more than enough time. And look at the ultimate. They have 5, almost 6 ultimates. Everybody almost has ultimate.
6 ults, right? This is about who uses their ults better.
Yeah, we're about to see some serious particle effects in this upcoming fight. And if the dust clears and Plat chat has taken the point, that's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah, and Pew Pew's ult literally counters Nick's ult. And so Nick's opting his pop his ult right now. And Jeff, that was a huge play by him. Takes down Nick's turret. Nick will be going down as well. The ult from Magical is popped out. With the bomb coming out, this will be zoning him out. This is so close for Plat chat to count with 4 minutes left though. So, however, the Royal is pushing everyone back. Pew Pew has to pop his ult if you want for life. Tarek gets on Deception. He should be taken down here, but with the nanos keeping him alive, everyone's taking down solo and 1.5 tick. It looks like Plat chat will be getting his full team wipe right here.
All right, this is exactly what they're looking for.
Oh my god!
Minutes of nobody in a position even
Magical is out, and it looks like Plat chat will be capping with 3 minutes 30 seconds, but Lily's last on a point. Will the ball be able to touch? No, he's not. No. And Plat chat will be keeping the dream alive. We'll have time going to another round.
Oh, that's incredible. Look, they have so much time in the bank now.
I feel so bad for the Parrots, though. They had such a strong first push, and they almost turned it around. I feel really bad for the Parrots boys right now.
I keep saying that Hanamura is not a very good map steamroll onto B, but Plat chat proved me wrong by steamrolling onto B. I mean, what happened there was Pepega kept bitterly trying to fight out this first point. I don't know if they were trying to burn out the clock, or if they didn't really have a choice, because, I mean, what are you going to do? There's no, and you're not going to push all the way through and jump off the edge. But either way, they heavily staggered themselves, so they just weren't ready for the upcoming fight. When Plat chat pushed onto B, their opponents weren't ready, even though they had 6 ultimates. And Plat chat just punished that so heavily. So now with 4 minutes and 16 seconds in the time bank for Plat chat, a mere minute, and they're actually going for classic goats. I don't blame them. I'd be a little too scared to run bunker in this particular setup. Why not just burn out the clock on A? So
with 1 minute left, the Plat chat is taking the right approach with going goats. I doubt if Magical can build up his EMP. Props to him. That if he's able to build up an EMP in 1 minute, that's Pega Parrots taking probably the first point right there.
Yeah, just like many times before, a lot riding on. Because this Sombra is a game changer, both good and bad if she can't get her job done.
If I was a Pega Parrots, though, I would switch to gold. So dive is really a hit or miss right here. And it looks like the Parrots will.
Yep. Their opponents are going to know, though. They know that the other team is switching over to goats. So we're about to get some goats on goats action at the moment. But that just because of that means the ultimate advantage is Plat chat, and look at how quickly they're trying to push through. Tofu getting deleted.
Oh my god, Tofu gets deleted, and Nick dropping solo with 25 seconds left. Plat chat's gonna look for stagger picks, and they do get magical. That's a huge pick.
Oh, that's not good. They're gonna be able to touch at least, right? Maybe the Diva with 15 seconds left. Someone's got to get in there.
Someone's got to get in, Abacus. And if Pega Parrots aren't able to touch, this could be a full hold for Plat chat, and they haven't been able
Diva
to
can touch.
Diva's okay. Diva's able to touch just in time, but we'll get absolutely demacked.
Look out, Jeff.
But Jeff is in such a rough position. Madam does able to take down Sebs. Lilty's on point right now, trying to stall as much time as possible. With Jeff dropping down single digits, that's gonna be no main tank for the side on the Pega Parrot on the side of Plat chat. He does take down Magical, and Tofu doing now. It's such a back and forth fight. But Nick Fair is trying to do as much work as he can. No one's able to pick him up just yet, and him dropping down to single digits, he will be picked up. Shalpa is able to get his ult just in time, so that people are able to stay alive right now. And with the bomb coming out, we're able to take down Sebs. No main tank presence on the side of Pega Parrots right now. It looks like Plat chat is going to be able to full hold here, and it looks like they will be too. And they only have 4 minutes to cap. The worst of
4 minutes
right now
take
is
one
a draw.
tick. Sure.
2-2. Switching sides.
Okay, so because Pepega didn't cap, the best they can do is draw. And because the best they can do is draw, we're going to a map 7 guaranteed. So
Not necessarily, though, because if
No, it's automatically going. If Plat draws this, it's still going to map 7.
Plat win this and then win the next map 6. Oh, that would be map 7. Shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
This series is going the way.
Oh, and Madam, he's probably not going to the path. He probably will just be staying on Summer to scout. I've just seen before.
He's got to be scouting. Yeah, definitely. He's going to find out pretty quickly that their opponent is running Sombra, which is, I mean, that's high risk, high reward. This is Platchat's game to take right here. Just because, like, they have 4 minutes to take one take. All they have to do, build up ultimates, have one thing go their way. One thing and it's theirs. And they're trying to decide if they want to run Bastion to do it. They're not actually going to do that, are they? All right. And actually, I'll notice that the Pepega Parrots, they're not running the bunker, the pseudo bunker. They're actually doing exactly what their opponent did. They're keeping everybody here in this choke point.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah, Madam got the info that she wanted. Changing back to Diva, totally fair.
Yeah, and if Platchat, we've seen them outgo Pepega Parrots, but this is down the line. If they want, although it's automatic map 7, you definitely want to tie up the series right now. Mako trying to get as much damage, trying to get as much MP charge as he can right now, because those are also going to be super crucial.
Oh, Tofu
dropping out solo, he will get taken down. Platchat is have the first place down, and with Dick going down, this is Platchat's putting himself in a great position to tie up the series right now. Sep dropping solo, oh my god, Applicants, I think we're going to go to a map 7 right now.
Oh no, everybody falling. Magical almost made it
map
happen.
7 is Mound, and right now, guys, 3 for Pepega Parrots, 3 for Platchat. This game is surely not over yet. Whoa. Oh, this is going to be such an intense final.
Oh, the hype is real. Both of these teams doing crazy stuff. Left, right, and center. They have worked so hard to get here. It's 3-3. It is down to a tie-breaking round. It's going to be on hybrid. Nick getting play of the game. I totally think that Brigitte deserves play of the game. Both teams, Brigitte's, had some serious work going for them. It was...
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Pendy just would like to point out that because the final map is hybrid, there is potential for a map 8. There is a chance that they draw on this. So...
Can't you technically draw on the squirt though? So we could go to map 9. It's hard. It's improbable.
I'm going to use the washroom and I'll be right back, guys.
Can they hear Shund or just me and Grape Cake? Okay, sweet. I just want to make sure that everybody wasn't radio silent. Anyway, hybrid. There are 3 maps they can choose from because they've already gone to King's Row. And that means that Eichenwald, which, let's be honest, they're not going to pick. Numbani and Hollywood. Those are the 2 real choices right here. I would be pretty worried if I were Platchat. Yeah, that makes sense. That's really scary because Platchat has had terrible luck on Hollywood. 4 out of 4 games they have lost on Hollywood. So that is a very logical choice for Pepega to send us to. But remember, those losses from Platchat were a completely different Platchat. That was before Platchat came into playoffs and had like an absolutely crazy Cinderella run all the way up into the finals. And they have shown that they are not going quiet into that good night. 3-3 in a 1-4. This is, unless something really crazy happens and we get a tie on Hollywood, which would be hilarious. This is for all the marbles. This is game point. Both of these teams are probably super pumped. If I were Platchat, I would just be so stoked at how I turned Hanamura around to keep this going. And if I were Pepega, I would be equally excited because they're getting to pick the map. This is the map that they definitely want to go to. Like, absolutely crazy how this has been going. Every single player on both teams has been doing an amazing, amazing job. I mean, special shout-outs to Oase, Tanic B, doing some crazy DPS for Plat chat. Super shout out to Tofu for being a crazy main tank for the Pepega Parrots. Magical, some crazy Sombra play on there. I can only imagine we're seeing Sombra on Hollywood. Hollywood, amazing map for Sombra. So many different places to hide.
Yeah, so I'm back now. And almost everything you said there, Apicus, was right, honestly. Oh.
Welcome, bienvenido al Español Casted de Overwatch Legacero. It's true. You guys switched off of the English. We're going to cast this last one entirely in Spanish. Isn't that right, Great Cake?
Yes.
We're not actually doing that. Oh, man. Both of these teams, I can only imagine what's going through their comms right now as they decide what they're going to do going into this final map. Possibly second to last map, though a tie on Hollywood. I don't know. That would be really good for Pepega because that would send us back to control. Oh, no, it wouldn't. It would send us to escort. Oh, that'd be good for either team. Maybe they'll just have a gentleman's agreement to tie on Hollywood and take us to the maps they're both good at.
Yes, hopefully. And this
Hey,
is
guys.
Game 7. Everything is on the line right
Everything is on the line. Shout out to Pendy. Pendy was like, I set things up for potential map 9, and we're all making fun of it. Why on earth would it? Like, come on, dude. No way. But it's going the distance so far.
Going the distance and not easy for both teams. You would think Pepega Parrots would take this pretty easily, especially considering the number 1 team. But Platchat rose from the bottom. From last place to this position right now. Like, man, Platchat and Pepega Parrots, they both have to work hard to reach this position.
Yeah, both teams choosing to spend a little bit of time deciding what before we move on to Hollywood. I'm sure Plat Chat is having some huge discussions right now. Do we run Pharah? Do we run Sombra? Are they going to run Pharah or Sombra? You don't see a lot of bunker in Hollywood. Sometimes you do. Plat Chat in particular had a really crazy bunker comp against Rio that hella panned out for them. So we may be seeing the weird Pharah bunker just because I've seen Plat Chat run it before. But they've got to be feeling the pressure right now.
They got to be feeling this pressure because I'm going to say right now, Pepega Parrots, I don't know if they can not come in this estimate. And you could definitely tell that they prepared for their team right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Pepega Parrots, Platchat is giving Pepega Parrots a run for their money, and likewise as well. Pepega Parrots, Platchat, I'll be happy if either team wins right here. They both have fought their way to deserve this. Pepega Parrots, they've had their ups and downs, but regardless, they have done the number 1 team. Platchat, they have had a pretty weak season. Being last place in the company's position, I'll be proud of them regardless if they win or not.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of this, one of these two teams is going to win. They both get to hang up, kind of relax, enjoy the off season, enjoy the advanced division grand finals tomorrow, and know that no matter what happens, they took it to a map 7.
Yeah,
they didn't
definitely.
get stomped.
Yeah, this is the closest game we've seen all. Name one closer game, okay? There hasn't been.
I can't think of one.
I can't either. This
A
is
map
down to the
7.
wire right now.
This is incredible. Yeah, I'm super excited for this Hollywood map. And what better a place for a giant game-ending than Hollywood? The place where every single movie has to end with a crazy last-minute thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure, all sorts of crazy Disney tropes are happening in the back. The captains are meeting up and saying, you know what? Whoever wins this probably earns the other's house. And they're like, yeah, let's do that because we need to raise the stakes because it's Hollywood.
Man.
One of the players is getting ready to start, and then they look over, they see their long-lost dad, and the dad's like, I'm proud of you, and gives him the thumbs up. Meanwhile, the Angels are hiring Airbud and saying, hey, there ain't no rule that you can't play for Plat Chat. All sorts of crazy stuff happening in the backgrounds, and where else? Only in Hollywood, where dreams made.
Yeah. Both teams, come on. I'm getting hyped now, man. Pepega Parrots, Plat Chat. Whoever wins this map goes on to wins this league and can be considered League 0 Season 1 champions.
What an interesting spot that they're holed out in. They're in this stairwell. I think they're going for a really surprising jump onto point, but they're actually going to rotate around, be a little bit more normal. You can afford to do crazy things like that on a map like Hollywood. And this time
Yeah.
it's Tofu playing super aggressive, trying to get in there. And right now it's working. Jeff is at lower health, but neither of the Reinhardt's going down. If one of these Reinhardts die, that is going to be the bugle for the rest of the team to
Yeah,
swoop
and
in.
Nick dropping solo. Almost all the damage is gone now. And this side.
Look out, Tofu. Can Tofu get out alive? He can.
No, he can't get alive, and LPM does get taken out. That's a huge pick. However, you do have to Lucio and break more like the
They
more
did
thing,
get
but
the res
Jeff.
off.
Jeff, it does get picked off here, but Madam does take down Tofu, so both main takes out of this fight. But with Madam's mech going down and this Nick is doing so much damage, it does look like finally the Pega Parrots will cap this point.
Yeah, no, they may have a chance to come back and block, but I don't think they're going to take it. Really, the real change there was Mercy. Mercy being able to get the res off and bring Nick back to life was huge, because Nick ended up dealing the lion's share of damage in that particular fight, and the opposing team didn't have a Mercy. They have one now, but they didn't for that particular fight. So
And yeah,
both teams are
Plat
going to be getting reses going forward.
Plat finally is playing a more comfortable co-op against this. A lot more range, a lot more mobility to escape the Pharah, Hanzo. But the tanks on the side of Pega Parrots, they're really immobile. So if Tank can just leech off those, he should be approaching a barrage here anytime soon. And Nick taking a dink to the head right there from Oasis, dropping quite low. And Tank is also gonna take shots from Nick and Magical. And then Nick solo ult, but does get swept immediately. I don't think is that in right position? Yes, it is. PP will be able to get the res off, so that ult is completely negated by Nick.
That's a good first step.
And the
There's
takes
so
out
many world-
and the grab comes out onto both Jeff and Madam here, and they will be both get taken down. Wade does take down Nick, but with both tanks gone on the side of Plat, just look at Pega Parrots will be able to stay alive. But Oasis and Tank, they're just popping off. They're like, no, thank you, sir. I'm gonna kill the whole team by myself.
Wow, man, Nick is just going crazy with all of these Pharah kills.
my
Payload
God.
continuing to roll through.
Always trying to stay alive, trying to get a shot off, but man, Nick, will he get picked off here staying so low? He just got the bubble just in time. He will get that
he's
one
down.
finally. That was a really risky play from Jeff. That he could have died at any moment right there. But the bomb gets out. Will he be able to find anybody? No, it is not. But there's no bubble for Sebs right there. And Tobo
real
dropping really low.
silver
Lilty is able to get the res onto Nick. That was a really clutch res. And Jeff does have his ult if he wants to use it. The barrage comes out from Tank, does take down Sebs, but he does take his life for it. And with
That's
no
scary.
res on the side of with Lilty, and with Topo going down, it does look like Plat may be able to stabilize here.
Jeff barely killing off his equal Tofu to equalize. That would have been really bad if he died without getting that kill off. These Justices keep getting like really deadly final kills, but actually Oasis is going to be brought back into the fight. And really, while that was pretty scrappy play from both sides, I'd say Plat came out the better for it. They managed to equalize the ultimates. Magical, the only person with dragons online. You can fire dragons solo, but they're so easy to counter in a vertical map like this.
So easy to counter. I mean, the Hansel does get out, but we'll get absolutely nobody. That was quite a
nobody there.
Like, nobody was even remotely close. He maybe have been going for LPN, but LPN just kind of waddled his way away.
Moseyed out of the way, just like in a Western.
So Nick dropping a little bit low. He's getting pressure from both Jeff and Madam here. Scoring a really good dive. Lilty is dropping really low. Oasis almost all these shots on him. Tank is dropping low, but will get topped up by LPN and Pew Pew. Madam does have his bomb. Will he opt to use it right here? Jeff does have his ult. And LPM does pop it, will absolutely get nobody as everyone's able to hide for that just in time. Oasis ult but gets nobody as well. Tank does take on one, Tank takes on two. Tank takes on two just by himself right there with a mercy pocket. That was a huge play coming out from Tandy. He takes on both the pharmacy, meaning that almost no damage is here anymore.
This is the sort of thing that you see on this map. As soon as the payload rounds this bend, the spawn advantage goes to the defense, and it suddenly becomes a lot more difficult for the offense to continue pushing.
A lot harder now. With only 2 minutes left, this could be the last time Pega Parrots are actually going to be on attack for League Zero in League Zero Season 1.
Oh, that's
time winding
pretty
down. I'd be
got
nervous.
to be terrified. They have no ultimates. Seb is going to have ultimate eventually, but Seb isn't even in mech right now.
Yeah. Chaffler will have his nano though, so you may opt to put it on Nick if you want a lot of damage done here.
They better do something. Lucio better not get picked off by Tannic. Meanwhile, Platchat, they look at how far apart. They're super spread out right now, but that's because everybody's so mobile they can regroup.
Yeah, and look right there, Madam got hit. He just flew right back.
And yeah, no, everybody on Platchat getting ready. They have a couple of tasty ultimates. They have the ultimate. They have to look out a little bit. Sebs has ultimate. Schaeffler has ultimate. They're going to start by
Will the
firing
bomb
that.
catch anybody? No, it does get away.
Oh, it gets away.
Pick that bomb was so clutch. The barrage gets up against absolutely no one. The target flex are crucial right now. Man doesn't get steps though. So the D.Va is out of this fight. It's a 5v4 fight right now coming up.
All right, yeah, no, things finally turning around for Pepega.
Finally, but they have to get these picks. Jeff is still alive, and Madam is trying to get out as fast as possible, but he will get DMAxed here. That's a really important play. Jeff is trying to build up his ult as fast as he can right now. He's 90% to it, and he will get picked there. Tank and both PP are low with Madam will be dropping soon. Tank does get Tofu though, so that is a start, but with always going down, and Tank is getting heavily focused by both McCree and Widowmaker. Pepega should be able to cap this. Unless...
Pepega's getting the kills they need, but they're getting them so slow. They lost almost all of their time bank. They're down to under 2 minutes to push into Hollywood C. Hollywood C is like one of the hardest maps to push into. Look at this giant chokehold that the defense gets to stare down.
And Abacus, just like against Rio, Pepega are opting to run double hit scan just to counter Tank's Fair. And that Tank's like, nope, I'm not going to run this Fair. Will this marry your Widow and McCree composition? I don't care.
Good call. This payload continuing to roll. 1 minute 20. Pepega Parrots are in a halfway decent position.
Panic dropping low, always dropping low as well. They need healing, but where are the supports? Finally, they get healing just in the nick of time.
Yeah, the game is set up. They got Orisa set up the shield right on the payload. Very difficult.
Man is dropping extremely low. Will be able to get heals. In fact, he will get DMAxed again for the third time this round.
Madam got freaking deleted.
Madam getting deleted is not the only problem right now. Pepega Parrots are probably going to take this all the way.
Oh, this is what they're looking for. This payload's rolling. 52 seconds left on the clock. An ultimate giving everybody the juice. Pew Pew is the only person with ultimate on his side.
He pops his ult. Madam does get a crucial pick on a magical slide to start. With a bomb coming out, Pew Pew. Pew Pew is able to get the bubble just in time. But a lot of healing from LPM is gone. Thankfully, Madam decides to nail, so he will get the 50% damage reduction. This is still a little bit more time. If Plat can solve this out under a minute, they should be happy. Because right now, they're in a huge player disadvantage.
Yeah, no, definitely. Poor Jeff trying to get in there, losing half of his health before he can even blink.
Oh, but away, does get shot through. A lot of the healing is gone, but let's have his ult. And then will we get taken down here? Lil is opting not to use fast. With only 12 seconds left.
They turned it around. 10 seconds. Who's going to touch? Who will touch? Oh, wait, there's a D.Va. There's a D.Va one.
And no one even sees the D.Va right now. Oh, finally, but Tep is able to touch it just in time. But he should be able to get DMAxed here. And Lilties won't even pop beat yet. And he will finally. He gets all 6 with the beat. And the bomb gets out. He will be able to stall a little bit more timeout. Gets absolutely nobody, but does create some space. Chav will have a shower, and Novice will have his ult coming up soon. So
yeah, no, Pepega Parrots. They're not out of this yet.
With so many ults on the side of Plat right now, the Chatter gets absolutely nobody. Thankfully, Tofu was out of position, but with Jeff, PP, and Novice both anti, there is some time for Pepega Parrots to get picks. But almost everyone on Pepega Parrots' side is dead, and that's where Pepega. Ooh, I don't know if it's one last people, and that is where Pepega Parrots are gonna end.
Okay, so that was a pretty Herculean effort. Pepega Parrots keep that payload moving. And they did a good job, but they have got to be feeling worried right now. They did not complete the map.
No game made is possible, Abacus. It's win or go home at this point. Now I'm hyped up, guys.
All right, Plat Chat, you've got to get the payload almost to the end. But honestly, the fact that they don't have to get it all the way to the end is amazing. These last 5 meters are some of the toughest meters in all of Hollywood.
Yeah, by far.
But, I mean, if Plat Chat was able to hold there, then Pepega is capable of holding there too. There is such a huge defender advantage at that point in the map that they're definitely probably feeling pretty happy right now. I wouldn't be too bummed if I were Pepega Parrots. I got the payload very far through Hollywood. Almost, considering they were super close to losing halfway through point B, they're probably pretty happy about the distance that they were able to make. Now the onus is on Plat Chat, and as they decide what they're going to run on defense, man.
I'm stressed, bro. Like, both teams' playoffs are on the line. Both teams deserve the championship. But, man, this is going to go down to the wire.
Absolutely. I noticed the defense, they seem to be running Sombra Goats. I don't blame them. So much pressure is on Magical right now. If Magical has an off round, Plat Chat's going to sweep A. If Magical is just like doing what he did on every map that wasn't King's Row, then this could go very badly for Plat, who has decided to run either Sombra Goats or the Sombra is scouting and will switch back to Diva. We'll have to see.
Easy in, easy out. Let's get the
Yep.
I'm just scouting about again, and it's gonna switch to Diva. They have an
Totally
option to play
fair.
Sombra Goats here, and that's all on their part. That's probably smart on their part. They know they don't have a real dedicated Sombra player, although Tannic is probably a better Zarya in my opinion. You want to play their strengths, and with LPM dropping really low, that could end early, and Magical would take out
Oh,
LPM
no.
early as well.
LPN going down
catch
first.
him out. Yeah, and
Madam.
Big Appearance is gonna be able to take this first fight.
Yeah, definitely. They're gonna have to regroup at that point. Good lord.
Ooh, Jeff does take on Tofu though, so he will get staggered. He most likely will get staggered out here.
All right.
But Tannic
both
does
teams.
get Magical. Right now, it's advantage for Plat.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If they.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. Now two players are actually down for the Big Appearance, and everyone's back on the side of Plat. This is their chance to win. 6 members live for Plat, and not even close to an MP here.
Yeah, no, Magic having to push back everybody alive.
Ooh,
Oh,
but
that
a
Earth
four-man
Shatter!
Right there, that just saves a point for for Big Appearance. And with only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, this is where Big Appearance is shining right now. MP is going to be online next fight, and with much more else to work with.
That Earth Shatter was just legendary right there. Completely turned things around. This game isn't over yet, but it's looking a little dicey. 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock for Plat. So much riding on Jeff's Earth Shatter. If Jeff can do with his Earth Shatter what Tofu just did with his, otherwise Plat's looking like they're not in a great position.
Yeah, definitely. Plat need to do something. If I were them, I'll probably bait out the EMP early so you can just back out and get another fight in, especially with the ults you have to work with right now.
Totally fair. Yeah, that's something they need right now. They're not doing that. Very easy
But
EMP on top of
does get
everybody.
out. But will anyone get picked? They're all playing really, really split right now. Only one dropping goes LPN, and yeah,
Oh,
two people
Jeff.
get picked. Waste is able to take down Magical, but it's too little, too late right now. And with only
At
2
least
minutes left.
At least they saved their ultimates.
Yeah,
Almost
they did.
everybody on Plat's going to have ult for this upcoming fight, whereas half of Pepega is nowhere close to an ultimate.
Yeah.
So, with 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock, this is the opportunity right here. Plat, they have got to use these ultimates efficiently and take this point. They need every second of time they can. They have got to push so far through Hollywood.
They have
Tofu
to.
is-
Grab comes out. And both beats are going to be brought out. But the shatter gets absolutely blocked. Tofu has a shatter as well. He's going to look to get a big one. And yes, he does. He gets Jeff with again. Jeff has yet to block the shatter this game yet.
Yeah,
Doesn't get taken
absolutely.
out. The bomb gets out. That was a beautifully placed bomb. Won't catch anyone. No, it is not. But the shield is really, really low right now. They're trying to pick off Magical. The Alpine does have his ult and he's able to pop it early right now. And they're trying to push up as much as they can. Jeff is hacked again. And with Tofu dropping low, they're trying to get him. And yes, they finally do. Magical's going to be close to EMP, but unless Pig Appearance gets a miraculous comeback, they should be able to win this with no ult. With no ult. But they opt to use the EMP regardless.
I don't blame them.
That was not smart on their part. I don't think that was smart.
It wasn't, but I would have done the same thing. If
But
they're
Grab
so
comes out. Mark my words, they just turned this fight around.
Yeah, no, that Graviton coming out, suddenly changing this. Now, there's nobody. All right, top hat. Tofu is out trying to block for just a little bit longer.
That was so close. Pig Appearance almost turned that around, and they have to invest every. And now Placha has a major ult advantage.
But they did manage to take the payload, which is what they need to do. Not over yet. They need an absolutely amazing push because the payload can. They are guaranteed to lose a bunch of this time as they push through Hollywood Square. It's going to be so difficult, and especially they've elected to push everybody forward. They're kind of just committing to they're going to be finishing in overtime. Yeah.
So right now it's gonna go down to Magical getting this EMP right now. Jeff has a shatter. If he lands a big one, they should.
Yep. If
Magical
Jeff
trying
can
to get
land
the
a real
hack.
shadow.
The grab comes out. And there is a nano right there. But Jeff is able to take down Nick before the beat comes out. So there's a lot of sustain. But with a human shatter coming out, there's going to be absolutely no follow-up as Jeff counter shatters. Oh, but Waste does get pinned. That was a really
that's
unlucky
not
pin.
good.
GP moved him into it. Magical will have his EMP, but will he opt to use it? He should not. Madam Bombs just create a little bit more space, and that should be the fight. However, will the Pig Appearance will have no ult to work with for the EMP coming up next.
Yeah, Magical's EMP is going to be the ultimate to keep an eye on the upcoming fight. Because remember how much trouble Pepega had pushing here. Right about now, Pepega has the spawn advantage. And this is where the map gets really, really difficult.
Pew Pew should look to hide here, but he's not even trying to hide.
He is
Oh, now he's hiding,
Alright.
now he's hiding.
Totally fair. And here it comes. Magical coming
Yes.
out with the EMP.
Oh,
100% counter.
just too late though. LPM does get taken down. Really unfortunate, but Pepega Parrots are cementing that should be able to fight. Waste is hacked, so no ability to actually back now. Jeff will most likely be taken down.
Oh,
here. Yes,
Jeff, you
and that
had
does
ultimate.
happen. Yeah,
All right,
but
looks like they're going to have to reset. With 1 minute and 18 seconds left on the clock, they've got it. They've got 2 ultimates opposing them. 2 pretty powerful ultimates. I'm not going to lie. Graviton, Earth Shatter. That's a pretty spicy thing to have to push into.
And Madam gets staggered as well. We're in one fight territory now. This is very nervous right now. And there's going to be nothing to mitigate the grab besides a shatter. Besides a counter shatter coming up.
Yeah, and look at Magical, already halfway to another EM. No matter what they do, they're going to be giving up a bunch of ultimate.
Yeah.
Things are looking scary. Things are so close. Platchat, you've got to keep this going. This is the entire series right here, riding on this last push. 39 seconds left on the clock. A waste committing the rally. Jeff, can you get the Earth Shatter?
He gets a huge shatter! 4-man shatter! That is what you need from one of the best names.
That absolutely had to happen. And now the payload continuing to roll. All the kills coming out.
Steps has to fall here. And this because Jeff is anti. Alpine is low as well. But Alpine does get taken down. Oh my god, it's such a back and forth fight. But with Shopper going down, this should be.
Is anyone in a position to stop this take? Lucio is going to try to block the take.
Lucio has to get taken down, so tap. Lucio hasn't fallen yet. Finally, he falls, and Nick will get staggered here.
Oh, he took
really bad play coming out from him.
I don't blame them for trying to stop that take. That would have probably been GG. But instead, they get 1.5 minutes, and they've got to push through this choke point. They have got to keep that payload moving.
They have to keep it alive now. It's do or die right now. Whoever wins these next 2 fights wins the 0-9.
Magical has another EMP ready.
Gonna go home.
Neither team. So the Pepega Parrots did not use either of their tank ults, and with an EMP to boot. Either of these ultimates are deadly with an EMP.
But a shower comes out. Alpine has to use his trans to keep everyone alive, but Jeff still gets picked and awaits this. That was a horrible play. Now there's no trans.
Pew Pew better hide because he's going to need it for this upcoming. Because they're not going to have anything else in the tank. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue why LPN used Transcendence there. I don't know if he must be switching healers. There's no other reason to play that the way he did.
LPN has to switch to Baptiste here. There's no way he builds up his ult fast enough.
Nope, sticking on him. That's terrifying. A Zenyatta who gets basically dead. We saw that in the last fight.
He's switching on for more.
Totally fair. 30 seconds left in the clock. We're probably going to be going into an overtime here, if that. Starting things out with the bomb.
Oh, the bomb does get tofu. That is clutch. Pew is able to ult, but the EMP negates all that extra shield.
Countered.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that EMP complete took out the shield, but things are still looking okay.
But Pepega Parrots are able to take down 2. It's 4v4 fight right now. Tannic casts his ult if he is able to get a big one. And yes, they're able to bait out the ult from Lilith. No
ultimates from anyone except Tannic. If Tannic can anyone?
But what was it? Yeah, okay, there. Madam takes out Magical. Oh my god, Madam will be taking out a mech here. Someone has to stay on point right here, or else it's game over right now. But Tannic has to come back with his ult.
Where's Tannic? He's got the Graviton.
Oh, Step's taken down though. But Madam is also taken down finally after a huge stagger. But the Graviton
Alright, there's the Graviton.
Absolutely no one. But he is able to take down Nick. The rest of the happens to back down now. Oh my god, I am hyped up Magical. I'm hyped up Abacus. I don't know about you.
Tofu and Jeff are both going to have ultimate for this upcoming push. So much. If Jeff gets shattered, it's all over. So much writing on this. Sombra coming in from behind.
Tofu!
Oh,
absolutely nobody was shattered. But Jeff is hacked right now. But has it shattered. Well, if he gets the big one, this could be game over.
Alright, both shatters being unused for nothing.
Right that is a great start. But PP is taking
kills coming out for Plat.
But a fireman AP coming out on the side of Pepega Parrots. But so many fights.
It's all to Tofu. Tofu and Lucio, the only ones left.
Right here, right now. Oh wait, we'll have his rally. But Jeff just charges in, gets nobody.
Can they stop this?
But no! Blackjack may be able to win this! Blackjack! So close to winning this! The Mercy
just kill off the Reaper! Can they do this?
Will Blackjack do this? Blackjack!
Oh my god, they did
it! Blackjack is your season League 0 Season 1 champions! Oh my god! Such an intense game! But Blackjack is able to take it! Oh my god!
I can't believe what I just saw!
I cannot believe it! When you thought Plat season was over, went 1-9, but no, Plat turns around the season. 4-3 victory for Plat right here. They needed this, and now they'll be able to make this answer win for them.
How do you go into the playoffs with a 1-7 score? That is losing 7 games and winning 1 and having to beat every single other team to make it all the way up to the final game and to end in
such a... Oh my god!
a best of 7. Good heavens, managing to take it all the way to the end. They had 30 seconds left on the clock and 0 ultimates in the time. They kept it pushing forward, and they ended up winning. I bet nobody. I'll bet not a single person's bracket managed to survive the entirety of this League Zero season. Who could have possibly seen Plat Chat having this miracle run and winning the entire series in such crazy nail-biting fashion?
Oh my god!
Heavens,
But as much as we can talk about Pepega, I have to say, as much as we can talk about Plat Chat, I have to say Pepega Parrots. Although your season ended without you winning the championship, you gave Plat Chat a run for their money. That was the hardest win. That they have to work their butts off to get that win. Oh my god. I've never seen a team like oh my god.
Far and away, absolutely. That was the toughest fight in the season of League Zero. Nothing else has gone that close and that to the wire. That was a photo finish for Plat Chat. Had that payload been a couple inches forward, 2 different members of Pepega would have been ready to continue stalling. That was absolutely insane.
Oh
Both
my
teams
god.
absolutely need to pat themselves on the back for that absolutely insane performance.
That was the best game I've seen in my life. Not even including Overwatch. Including Overwatch. That was such an intense back-and-back fight. So many 4v4 fights. It was almost down to the wire. I thought Pepega had it right when they killed the Ryan, but
no, absolutely. I thought it was all over when Sombra at Magical got the EMP back, and it's like, all right, we're going to do a 3rd overtime EMP. Why not? I was like, well, what are they going to do about that? And they're like, we're just going to push forward. We're going to channel our inner Jeff and just keep pushing and dealing damage and killing the enemy so that they can't do anything while we're hacked. And then just the trickle Doomfist and Reaper coming out, almost getting a kill. LPN using the Transcendence like dangerously early and having to switch to the Ana. So many little things happen left, right, and center. Both of these teams are going to take a well-deserved rest during the offseason, but at some point, they're going to have to put that VHS in the VHS player and rewatch this and say, how many different ways could this match have gone?
So many different ways. No, I think we have to have a team like ceremony for all of them. They all played their butts off. I feel like we should have a ceremony for everyone that won. So we have to bring everyone in here.
As many people from Plat Chat as we can get. They just had the absolute craziest run anyone has ever seen in League Zero. I mean, can anyone show me that they predicted Plat Chat to end up winning the entire series?
I
didn't. Everyone I talked to thought they were going to get 3-2'd by Real Redemption, much less take down every single team on the way to first place.
General chat is exploding, guys. Oh my god.
As they have every right to. Absolutely insane run from Plat Chat. Pepega Parrots, don't feel bad in the slightest. You had amazing games coming into this. Your map differential put everyone else's to shame, and this was such a hard-fought battle. It was absolutely insane from both teams.
So I want to say. So listen, Plat Chat beat Rio 3-1, same as Shanghai. Plat Chat beat Bob Burgers 3-1, same as Shanghai. Plat Chat beat Pepega 4-3, same as Shanghai. This could not have been more scripted, guys.
Oh my god, that's absolutely crazy. Plat Chat, they are Shanghai. They're going through the same crazy run in the playoffs.
Can we move everybody in here, please? Pendy? Sean, can you please move everyone? Can you move all the Plat Chat members into this voice? And you leave.
Yeah. Every Plat Chat member that's still capable of talking and is not screaming their lungs out hoarse. Nobody.
I think we should.
There we go. Right.
Can we move all the Plat Chat members?
I was having trouble. Yes, I can. I was having some trouble getting my mic to work. Sorry about that. Here you guys go.
Totally fair.
That's crazy. Yo, stop.
Plat Chat.
Oh my god.
Let's go, dude.
Oh
yes.
my god.
Wait, are we on stream?
Yes, season
Fucking
1
You are on stream. You are on stream.
Man.
Be careful.
You're on stream. Yeah.
Dude, I needed the ice cream. I just needed the ice cream.
Yeah, dude, we wanted the ice cream.
I fought for the ice cream, dude.
Plat Chat. I have questions now, but let's first start off with the Captain Tanik. I presume you're a captain, right, Tanik?
Yeah, I'm captain.
Yeah,
Okay, so I summarize the experience your team has gone through from going last place to being season 1. Like, how has your morale changed? Because before playoffs started, I actually asked a lot of Plat chat members, and I'm gonna quote what Jeff said. Jeff said, "This team is a mess right now. Please get me off this team." I asked him this 5 weeks ago, and now you guys are season 1 champions.
Okay, Jeff.
So what do you feel? Plat, just explain your experience, Titanic. I want to know.
Well, it started off like great, then it went to the dumpster fire, then Always decided to give us became MVP week 4 and then we just came back to the dumpster fire.
And
Then we just went to the boom room, and
Yeah,
we
we
went
went-
MVP with us.
So basically what happened was we went into the hyperbolic time chamber. We wanted the ice cream. Acronator said he'd give ice cream.
Yeah, dude.
And then I got traded and I said I want, and now I'm buying grand finals tickets because I want ice cream.
Imagine
Man,
Pepega
that
winning
was the
that.
best finals ever. But Jeff, I have to ask the whole team. Being down 2-0, how did that hit your morale? Because a lot of teams,
Not at all. Not at all.
not-
It did a little.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
actually.
Okay. I'll be completely honest. I was like not phased. I was like, okay, we still got this.
We have
This
a
is-
motto. We have a motto. It's called Circular Rocks. Genuinely untiltable, dude.
Untiltable, dude. I was like, okay, we can. I don't care if we lose this at this point. I'm just gonna go all out. We all went out. GG.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neglect gets season 0
Okay.
and season 1.
I have a question for Wasteland. This is really important.
Yo, what's up?
Did the tour 1v1 help? Like, I have to ask. Come on.
Yo, yeah, it did. I was super hyped. I rolled.
You did.
I farmed him
5-1.
so hard.
Hey, before we continue, the most important thing to happen is that Neglect is the only person that won 2 championships
Yep.
in the last 2 seasons.
Dude, Neglect
Really?
carried Smile.
This is my first ever championship win.
No,
Yo, I have to say,
Crib Cake, it's not your championship.
It's
not yours.
I'm just so
sorry.
proud of all these people. You know, you guys went from last place to winning the championship, and like I've asked questions as well. The Sombra on Pepega side caused a lot of issues, and you guys probably thought the same as well. Their Sombra was definitely much better than how Botburgers played it. How did you have to change your play style?
we had to actually because we found that double cat actually mad found.
Yeah,
Huge
double clap.
So double
Yeah, the
cat
double cap
didn't do
VOD was
anything-
really good.
Yeah, DC didn't do anything to get Sombra out of their backline, so we were just like, hey, let's just go on the Sombra,
Wait, can I
and
say
then
something?
we started doing that.
After you finish.
Yeah.
Shooting a hero? Crazy.
No, let me
Yes,
say
it's-
something. Shash was like, "Oh, dude, Magical's gonna farm EMP every single fight. He didn't even farm EMP every fight. You're a loser, Shash. Get."
Oh yeah, so on King's Row when I bashed him out, right?
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
I said I'm gonna bash him out of EMP, and
I
Tank
said-
goes, I trust you.
I had faith. I knew he could do it, but I didn't expect it.
Also, shout out to Madam for eating. Was it 3 ultimates?
A lot of guys.
Madam, you ate
A
3.
lot of
No,
guys.
one of them was so predictable. On King's Row, you knew that the Zarya was gonna grab the spawn and touch, but
Dude,
you were just
dude,
like, you
Zarya-
just held
Zarya-
your right click.
Mad opened him like a book.
Yeah,
Seb's was like one of the easiest Zarya's I've ever had to read.
Oof.
I don't know why, but it was just something about his playstyle was just easy to read. I think it was because it's similar to mine.
That'll do it.
Holy
And
moly.
then, so I also wanted to ask Jeff. So Jeff, did you change your personal play style up at all in the second half? Because I felt like you were playing a lot more aggressive at first, and they kept punishing you for that. And then you slowly started making it harder for them to punish you.
I think it was something along the lines of stop feeding.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, hey, right now I'm playing like absolute dog shit. Let me
I remember the call. So we said,
after map 2, I joined the VC and said, Tanic, please, those 1v6 barrages, no. And then we started winning maps for once.
Oh, I thought you were
what's it
talking
called?
about my Zarya. No, I thought you were talking about my Zarya, like me having. to
Yeah,
farm.
me too. But the thing is, I think we sit on Nepal or something, but we started doing it way. We had to play more passive, so then we can actually deal with the summer in the backline. And whenever she came out, then we'd amp speed in.
Like sitting in the general chat between maps, like a lot of people were giving Madam like a lot of crap for like
Yeah.
supposedly feeding, I guess, but he was actually popping
No.
off.
Yeah.
Matt, everyone on our team is insane. Top 2 players. Okay, we wouldn't have won if we didn't have top tier players at each position. It's just a fact.
It
Oh, yeah.
absolutely shows.
Let
And
me
then
say
one other question I wanted to ask. Regarding the opposing team bunker, how did you guys decide to run? Because the enemy used a lot of bunker, and you had a lot of trouble with it at first. You started to turn that around.
That was not a set play.
Oh,
What
I
did you
just
do?
told them.
No.
I just told go goats. That's
Yeah, no,
what-
it wasn't really a set play, but we did it once where we kind of just huddled behind car, pushed it.
Yeah, it was funny.
It
That
works.
was on Rialto.
Yeah.
We literally said go goats, and we win off goats. We're better on goats, so we
Yeah,
just go
well-
goats.
The one thing that I started to realize is that this Ryan really knew I was gonna nade, so I had to do some like really cheeky nades in King's Row and shit like that.
Yeah, they were.
I'm going to flank
They're,
I'm
their
going for a cheeky nid, boys. Push
They're-
out. Back up.
Great peak strike to low W.
Their team is so incredibly coordinated. It's insane. Like they are an insanely good team. Like they are so good. Like it was a nail biter. It could have gone either way at the end.
Oh yeah, I gotta say.
Oh, absolutely.
My hair fell out at the end there.
So
Slow-mo time.
this is actually a pretty nice way for this to end because
Oh yeah.
I probably can't play Overwatch for like a year after this. So it's kind of like my last game.
What happened on Rialto when you left?
Oh, I had to go pray. My dad was shouting at me.
Oh yeah. He's
Hold
Muslim.
up, can I go eat now? Is that okay?
Sure.
You can go.
I'll be right
Bye,
back.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's likely that my computer's gonna get taken away for like a year or so by my parents. And
One
like,
last ride.
one last, yeah. In the
One
announcement
last
of
ride.
this, I said one last ride. Then yeah, we won this, so it's a nice
Yeah.
way to end, I guess.
All right. Teach them how to say goodbye. And all of you, did you have any more questions? Kick?
No, I'm just proud on both teams. You know, even though Plat won, Pepega Parrots, they were so close to winning at the end. 4v4 fight, and it sucks that PP couldn't win, but congrats to Plat for pulling off this huge win.
I got some pizza. Got some pizza.
Damien, in general, yeah, you're stupid.
Game of
Yeah,
League.
You're number
Yes,
one
no.
so far, stupid.
Yeah. Do y'all have any final word?
Easy.
What did Damien say? What did Damien?
I'm gonna miss goats.
Flat chat, our number 4 team, IMO.
Madden carried our team. Madden carried
yeah.
our team.
Madden
We all
carry.
played. We all played insane. Kings Row, Madam ate every single grab. I didn't even notice I got grabbed.
Dude, I wanted to scream when I bashed him out of EMP, but I couldn't because my dad was right there.
No, congratulations. And congratulations to all of you.
We did
Wrapping
it.
up this playoffs with first place. I'll bet you're all feeling over the moon. But not on
I'm gonna bust a nut right now.
Oh.
Some part of me, honestly, some part of me feels relieved because I was just thinking so hard all this week about how this is gonna end up, and honestly, after the second match, I started getting in my zone. I'm so happy this is the match that everyone expected.
Dude, your Anna pick at the very end is very end. Of,
I got
You
nervous
get
when
the
LPM
MP
popped the
and-
chance. I got nervous when LPM.
We have a
Yeah,
0%
second to
win
last
rate.
fight when LPN popped the trans.
Yeah, we
Kinda
never,
Monka W.
Okay,
Guys,
literally in these playoffs, we have never won Hollywood.
We've never won Hollywood or Assault, and we just
I
won
know.
both.
Yeah, we had to win both to win. That's
And
yeah,
we
we,
did.
your
You're talking
casters were
about-
talking about that.
You were talking about my Anna pick on Hollywood.
Yeah, because you fired off the trans and
Yeah, we were like, he said, "Do I go on?" And we were like, "Nah," and then we were like, "Yeah."
yeah.
And then
No, we figured you were
smart. We were like, "No, no, Michael."
bro. That dude, Nick got clutched out of a huge tire.
Oh
on
my God.
Pandora.
Oh, that
Wait,
fire strike.
You
Yeah,
stunned the Sombra out of EMP. That's what won you the fight on Kings.
it was so great.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like Hollywood last fight or second to last
Hello,
fight.
Internet Explorer. Hello.
Nice. So basically, Oasis when he died with not Oasis. Tanic when he died with grab, I thought it was over.
Oh yes.
I think
Yeah.
everyone thought it was over. It's like somehow clutched it out.
Grab, I just kind of like
Honestly,
closed my
like the
eyes.
solo shatter on Nick, that actually was huge.
Yeah, we were freaking out about that. We're like, they just gotta live until Tanic gets back with that graviton. Can they do it? And then they did.
Dude, I wanted to bash the Rhino out of Shatter so bad,
The thing is, like,
but he got bubbled. So I kind of just looked at him with my shield up, and he slammed into.
The thing is, though, like, my graph was our waist, but Nick happened to rock into it. That's
Yeah,
the-
yeah. I was
Honestly,
like screaming. I was screaming Brig, and then he just walks in.
Honestly, Oasis, that's pretty gutsy considering, like, so you play
Yep, sir.
Like the stupid Brigida shield loves to just let bombs it happened to you on Anubis. Your shield was 100% up. I was staring right at you, and then the bomb was just like, nah, that shield's not up. I'm gonna eat you anyway. It was ridiculous. I mean, I think part of it is that a lot of Brigida players. Reinhardt, you can tilt your shield up a little bit because it's so big, but with Brigida, if you tilt up anything that's not perfectly perpendicular with the ground, you show your feet and then you die. It's kind of annoying.
Did somebody say feet? Sigma isn't released yet. What are you guys talking about?
Don't get me excited.
So excited.
Dude, everyone's spamming. Everyone's spamming the fucking LPN hard carry.
Kings. Dude, wait,
with
if LPN
this kind of a Christian Minecraft
match, dude, if LPN gets player of the match, I'm probably gonna get honorable mention again. So that should be my 4th honorable mention, dude. Let's go.
Imagine trying to say you're getting honorable mention when you died more times in Barrage than you killed Omega Lord.
No, I got one good Barrage. I tell you that.
That's true. But
Also, I think we would have won Legion Garden if I rolled out on Widow instead of McCree, but we knew they were gonna run Doom, and I thought the Doom would go for Ana. So I kind of sat on Ana, but he just sat on point.
Yeah, their Doom literally could have stayed in spawn and he would have that much value as he was there. He just touched M1 once.
So I think that's enough questions for now, boys. We have to start wrapping this now, but
thank you all so much and congratulations again.
Also, we vote for MVP, right? Or is it like one of you? Like, how does MVP work?
Finals MVP is usually
we just vote. Wait, guys, we vote everyone MVP. We vote everyone.
Yeah, just everyone give one other person a vote.
True.
Hey, that's the way Grape Cake says.
Can we vote Quato for MVP?
Nah.
Yeah, let's vote Harry for MVP.
Vote Grape Cake for MVP. Grape Cake.
We had to, dude. We benched Quato because his computer was busted.
Oh yeah. He's insane Lucio, but like his PC and he didn't show up to that many spams.
His PC is actually garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
garbage is a waste of dad.
He has like 27 different viruses on it.
All right, we got to wrap this interview up. Thank you all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, one last thing. We went from Bob Burgers to Bob Busters.
All right, that was one banger of an interview for a banger of a match, and wow, that was so awesome. I'm so glad that I got to be one of the ones to cast this. Thank you so much to whoever on Plat, Chat, and Pepega voted me to be one of the 2 casters. We all knew Grape Cake would be here, but I'm honored to have been the second person to witness this crazy 7 series.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm the last time I'm gonna say this, Apicus, but it was a pleasure casting with you. And it's time to sign off.
I love casting with you too, Grape Cake.
My last day of casting in the show season. The last time I'm gonna say this, peace nuts.
I'll see you all on the staff team next year, boys.
Amen.